How do you do to all you lovely people out there in internet land? Welcome back to Auzi Live, where today we're going to go ahead and do a little change in plans. As you may have guessed, if you saw this on Friday, then you know exactly what's going on. But if you didn't, go watch that video that I posted on Friday. It's very short, but it's basically the encompassing of why we're doing this. And we got lovely friends here, ZD and Disney Fanatic. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Yay.
So, let's go ahead and dive in and continue forward with animating SpongeBob.
SpongeBob square boob.
SpongeBob square bottom.
SpongeBob square bottom.
Alright. This is no time for play, this is no time for fun, this is no time for games, I have to finish this.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be on. I'm gonna be on mute a couple times because I'm putting the finishing touches on a PMV here. That's for my YouTube anniversary, which is on the 5th. So I'm trying to get it done.
Yay! Yeah. And if any of you are fans of Disney Fanatic, look forward to that. Woohoo!
I made instant coffee.
Was it
Doesn't
nice?
taste that great. It's fine.
It's average. The nightmare before today.
Average.
Fizzy, Dizzy, Bella, and Alexis, welcome to the stream, along with, no doubt, others. Oh,
hello.
wait, I know who the others are. I just remembered.
How you do? Hello.
A boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom.
Whoop, whoop.
Spoonge. I think the trickiest thing about this part is just to get the wibble wobbles right.
Yes.
Start from the corners and then go from there. Cosmic, welcome. Grace us with your presence once more.
Hey.
But yeah. I'm definitely gonna be very quiet this stream because it's very it's a very attentive thing. It's like,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hey, good.
I have like 40 seconds left of this video, so I'm like, just start getting it done tonight. You can give it to Patrons and then upload it on Thursday.
Woo.
woohoo!
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I think I did it. I think well, hang on, maybe not. Ooh, no, I think that's good actually.
Ah.
Let's just
Oh, the new Owl House episode was amazing.
Oh, the new Owl House was
Don't get me started on that.
If you
Freaking Hootie, damn it. Damn it, Hootie. I love you, but damn it.
Oh my god. Yeah, sure. That's what you need to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but if you've ever heard of a little show called MASH, it was basically a show about like a mobile army hospital, mobile army service hospital, and there was
I've watched a couple episodes of that.
and there were some episodes
during the Korean War.
Yeah. And there were a few episodes where one of the doctors was writing home to his dad. Like, there's plenty of episodes like that. And basically the whole episode encompasses, like, an anthology of, like, different shenanigans around the hospital unit. And it's... And the Lumity episode, when I the Lumity episode, the episode of Owl House.
It is the Lumity episode. Okay?
When I was trying to find it, because Z and I are watching it every week together. When I was trying to find it, I was constantly getting the front of the episode played back to me, and I was thinking like, okay, with whatever happens in this episode, it's probably gonna be like that, isn't it? And lo and behold, it's an anthology based around someone writing a letter.
Oh my god, he was smacking his face against a typewriter. Yeah. It's funny. Like that's how he writes his letters.
That's how a bird would write, you know? It's like they can't hold a pencil.
And he said, "I can't hold a pen."
I can't hold a pen. Oh god, Hootie.
Man, when you realize how many sad scenes Discord has, that should give you a hint of what's coming.
Oh no. Oh no.
We can be pen pals, but I can't hold a pen. Oh god.
Well, he found a way. He found a way.
Yay, it's a
Harmless
typewriter.
characters find a way.
Yay.
Yep.
I have a typewriter actually. I straight up have a typewriter. I think it's like from the 50s or
man.
60s.
Oh man, I was playing, that heads up game with the kids, and one of the things that showed up, like I was the one giving the clues, like it was writing on a typewriter, and I'm like, I'm doing this, on the click. Oh, typing on that thing. I'm like, oh god, it's really become that age, hasn't it? No, nobody knows what a typewriter is anymore.
Oh no. Typewriters are amazing, by the way.
Another funny thing. Little 11-year-old boy who's excited about getting a new phone, and he's like, no, wouldn't it be cool if like a little keyboard just popped out of the phone? I'm like, I hate to tell you this, but they invented that 10 years ago, and then they decided we don't need keyboards anymore. We have touchscreens. I'm like, oh, they already did that 10 years ago. That was last.
Bro, that's
that
kind of
existed.
Bro, that's a regression of technology. You gotta move forward, man.
I know. Like, I was so surprised. Like, yeah, sorry to burst your bubble. We already had the keyboards on the phones.
That's so 2000s of you.
Yeah.
I'm so 2008. You're so
Well,
2008.
the kid is 11. It probably would have gone out of style by the time he was born. So.
I'm on tech shit now. Fuck.
Let's
Like
see.
I peed, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have to make sure they practice their typing because they're so used to touchscreens. Not even that. They're used to using voice recorder and just voicing the words. So like, okay, this is why you're having trouble spelling. You never actually spell.
All right, I want to answer Alexis's question real quick. To answer your question, the Owl House is streaming weekly on Hulu, but after a good few episodes have streamed by week, a chunk of them will be placed on Disney Plus, as has recently happened.
Yeah. Oh, you know that doll I'm working on?
Yes.
Yeah, the top I made, I saw was a little bit like was a little bit transparent, like you could see through it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna give her a bra. I'm just gonna paint on a bra. There you go. Now you can see it. It looks great. I like that style with, like, you know, the mesh shirts.
Yeah.
And they got like a dark colored bra underneath. I like that. I like that look.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Neat. It's a neat look.
You're gonna be an adult in less than a year. Whose
no.
arc was your favorite in the new episode of the Owl House? King. And like
Ooh.
in the whole episode, King's arc was actually my favorite because
Yeah, King's Arc.
because of the
King's Arc
conclusion
definitely, but
to
my
it.
god,
Mostly.
but my god, my fucking my Lumity heart just can't take
Going to fucking explode.
can't take the lose arc. Just oh god.
By the way, Disney did tweet something about that moment.
Oh,
The
did they?
word
What did they say?
the word friend, neither friend nor good were mentioned at all in the whole tweet.
Thank God.
Yeah,
But what did
so-
they say?
Basically, are we happy for him? It was basically the gist of the tweet. We proud of them?
I'm proud of them.
Also,
I'm
in
especially
the
proud of lose because buys are useless.
also
They find men disgusting and they're terrified of women. I'm not talking about myself at all.
but yes, you did draw Luigi fan art. I loved it, Bella. It was amazing.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, that's right. We just got done watching the episode, and then Comic was like, "Oh, Z," and I was like, "What?" He was like, "Oh, Bella made the Lumity fan art." I was like, "Oh, can I see?"
Yeah.
And And then he showed me, and it was great.
We went to the store and we bought 2 cakes. That's the vibes I got.
We were originally going to buy 1, but we decided, why not 2?
Yes. What's really fun... Now, the tweet that I mentioned before, what's really funny is that in the replies, people were posting a screen caps of a YouTube video of the moment from the episode that Disney Channel YouTube channel uploaded. And it was titled Losity. Everybody was going nuts over it, like, Losity? Losity?
It's Lumity, you daft cunts!
That's probably the first and only time you'll ever hear that word on the stream. Welcome, guys! That is unless Z shows up again. Anyway, but...
I'll show up again, I always show up.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, but like... what's really funny is, like, they actually said that, like, it's supposed to be Lumity, you dum-dums! And then literally the next reply after that was a screen cap of them having changed it.
Oh, God.
And then there was a reply to something related similar to that, where somebody said, and the moral of the story is bullying works! So, I just thought that was a very funny exchange of... Like, I understand the logic of Losity because then you have 3 letters from each of their names, but Lumity just rolls off the tongue better.
Lumity definitely rolls off the tongue better.
Also, if you really think about luz being light in Spanish and Lumity sounding like illumination, it's kind of is both of their
makes
names.
Sense. Oh god, I never even thought of that.
But yeah, that's the more you maybe accidentally create a pun. 'Cause I don't think any fans did that on purpose. It just happened. It's one of those things where it's one of those things where you think of the thing and you think it's clever for a certain reason.
Friggin' lemon Losity is the funniest shit to me. Yeah, same lemon.
But like. It's one of those instances where you think of something, it's really clever, but then at the same time it's like you come back to it later, it's like, oh shit, it's also clever in a way I never really intended, but I'm gonna take credit for it. I planned that all along. I did not plan that all along.
There was no planning involved. That's actually what happens a lot of the times when I'm like, writing stories and I'm like telling my friends about it, and they go, oh, so it's like this? And I go, yes, it's exactly like that. Good job cracking the code. And then I write it down quickly in like a notebook.
Yes, I meant to do this the whole time. Actually, wasn't it like Neil Gaiman or someone who said you're doing your second pass is like making it look like you knew what you were doing when you wrote it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Making it look like you knew what you were doing all along.
I think that's what he said in his masterclass. Yeah, that was one of the many masterclasses I took.
Oh, that's right, because I saw an advertisement for his masterclass on YouTube, that's why I remember that quote.
It's good, and he taught me an important lesson too. Like, have you read the Graveyard Book?
No, I have not.
It's essentially the Jungle Book, only instead of being raised in the jungle, he's raised in a graveyard.
Wacky.
Yeah. He said that Neil Gaiman said he tried writing that, he tried writing the first scene and it just wasn't working, so he shelved it for 10 years, and then one of his daughters managed to pick it up, and then asked, "What happens next, Daddy?" And yeah, and because he thought that, maybe I should come back to this later when I've learned a little bit more about writing, and he picks it up 10 years later, and you know what? I think I've learned, I've gotten as good as I can get. I'm going to try this again. Mm-hmm.
What
sometimes you just have an idea, and then it's until a few years later when it's a time to go through on that idea. And that book ended up winning a Newbery Medal, so yeah.
What book was it?
The Graveyard Book.
You said that.
The Jungle Book, but in a graveyard.
Yeah.
What, was he raised by zombies or skeletons?
Ghosts. No,
Okay.
raised by ghosts.
Ghosts.
No, I guess
Which
that's
is very
cool.
interesting because, you know, kids is actually growing up and he starts playing with the kid ghosts, but when he's older than the kid ghosts, he's not really into what they're into anymore.
Oh no.
It's like, yeah, I'm changing here, nobody else is changing.
Yeah, it's one of those things where kids are embarrassed by their parents, but it's not the parents who changed, it's the kids who changed.
Yeah, but
It's like,
everyone around him.
you weren't always embarrassed by him. Like, actually, funny enough, I was thinking about Goof Troop while I said that, but then I realized, no, that literally is Goof Troop to the Goofy movie and everything. That's totally what that is.
Yeah. There's the gift trip.
Together.
Gift trip. Yeah.
Gotta love the 90s.
There's a lot to like about it.
Oh my gosh, I've been watching this one chick react to America's Next Top Model clips.
Okay.
And so many of the worst episodes were from the 2000s, so I keep seeing all this like 2000s shit and I'm just like, "Oh god, nostalgia. God, stop."
I mean, I was born in 96.
Like everything was fucking bedazzled in the 2000s.
Yeah, I was born in 96, but I definitely grew up in the 2000s. Like, most of the media that I'm gonna recall or like recite for you is definitely gonna come from the tail end of the 90s into the 2000s.
Yeah, and I was born in 95 and most of my childhood was overseas.
Oh, bitch, same.
Yeah.
I was also born in 95.
I was gonna say the overseas part. That's weird.
I mean, no, not the overseas part, but
yeah,
95 part.
Born in 95. Lived most of my life overseas, and you know the few English TV we did get was a lot of reruns of 90s shows and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Or let's just say that we got like the last season of Kim Possible probably a year later than in America. I don't remember exactly when, but let's just say the internet knew everything that was happening in the latest season of Kim Possible than I did, because it didn't air in Poland yet.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. It would take a while. They'd have to make sure they got the dubbed version of every show before showing it on TV, and you had the option of doing English or Polish.
Hey.
Yeah, one of those things, isn't it? It's like when you make a show for like a local audience, you don't have too much pressure to put. It's like when you make a show for like an international audience, there's a lot of pressure to get the dubs out. But like, but when your show is more like locally grown and like made for people in like primarily English speaking areas, it's like there's no pressure to dub it right away. Like shows that are made in US and Canada for US and Canada or similarly of the like, it's like there's really not a lot of pressure put on them to dub quickly. But since there's an audience for anime outside of Japan, there's a lot of pressure to see that dub come along, you know? Or at the very least, the diehard anime fans will probably say, waiting for the subtitles to come, you know? It's like...
Can I just say something? Like some of those people who prefer sub over dub are so fucking annoying.
It's only annoying in that it's like sometimes you just got to be able to watch a show in the way that's going to make it easiest to consume. And you know what? If you find it easy to consume the show while reading all the text at the bottom of the screen, good for you. Or even better, if you actually just know Japanese. Like, come on. Imagine like how many anime fans have actually, you know, studied and learned Japanese just so they can watch it in its original form and understand it without subtitles.
Yeah, personally, it depends on the show. I may like to watch both. Or sometimes like if I'm doing something else and I just need to be able to hear what's going on, I will have it in the dub because I won't be able to look at the screen. and
Mhm.
read
That's
every
exactly, yeah. Like, while I was working on this, I was like, what's another thing I can use to pass the time? And it's like, oh, what the hell is Miraculous Ladybug up to? And so I went to find the episodes, but they weren't in English, so I was like, well, guess I'm not doing that because I was so busy with this. It was like, I can't tear my eyes away from this. It's like, I get distracted too easily, and it's like, it's only going to be worse if I have to look at the screen to read what everyone's saying. It's like, I don't speak fucking French. You think I'm a genius in France or something?
Yeah, I probably could have gotten away with the French part, but yeah. Well, with some animes, sometimes it's actually funnier when you hear the English voices because they do them so over the top, and I'm like, it's so ridiculous, yet it's so good.
But hold on, have you heard the original Japanese of Inuyasha though? Like the voices to me in that show.
I didn't really get into it.
Yeah, but like the original Japanese, like when I was a kid, I would find Inuyasha episodes and Inuyasha clips, and a lot of them were like in Japanese with English subtitles. The original Japanese voices are hilarious to me. I'm sorry. They're just so freaking funny. Like, Kagome's, that's the main girl. Her voice was so weird, especially when she yells. And I'm just like, this is the actress you chose? This is the actress you chose. I guess it's normal in Japan, but this is the actress? Oh my gosh. The yell kind of sounds something like this. Like the yell kind of sound like there was a part where she's like yelling for Inuyasha. So, and like her voice sounded something along the lines of Inuyasha, and I'm just like, what was that?
I think that's actually...
Yeah, there was one anime I watched that was like also a musical, and so, but like the way they did the English lyrics was like, this doesn't feel like a song at all. This doesn't even rhyme. This feels like you're literally just translating the thing, and I'm like, okay, just switch to Japanese. It was still, the thing itself was still horrible, but hey, this is when I was in quarantine and was very bored, so I was just, okay, sit through this.
From what I've watched a lot of Sailor Moon, and when I watched it, I watched the original dub, like with just English subtitles. And
that's pretty much recommended because of how much they had changed the characters and stuff in the
In what show?
Stuff.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Tell me, how was I supposed to know we were both related? 'Cause really, if I knew she was my cousin, we never would have dated.
Yeah, I managed to watch the first episode, and I'm like, I don't know.
The freaking Sailor Moon's best friend from like the earlier episodes, she's got a freaking like New Jersey, New Yorkish accent. She's like, I was watching this dream, and I'm just like, fucking A, why? This takes place in Japan.
I was watching the original Japanese. I mean, premise-wise, I was kind of like, I don't know. Like I didn't get into it with the first episode.
You know,
sorry, I tried.
I've actually heard an explanation for why that is, and it's because something imperceptible to our dumb American ears that don't understand a lick of Japanese is that she actually has an accent from a different region of Japan, so it was supposed to be emulating that.
Okay, but it sounds very New York or New Jersey.
Oh yeah, it definitely did, but like, come on, yeah.
I had the weirdest dream. It's like every single time a freaking like
sounds
monster
like she's at a little shop of
every
horrors.
single time like a monster or something attacks and like takes over their mind or whatever. She always just like that was a strange dream. Just like she just disappears like after the first season, doesn't she? That friend.
No, she stuck around for a little bit longer than you'd think, but she did eventually drop out of like the cast. Eventually.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing her in any of the movies, and those are the things that I watched extensively as a child.
Well, yeah, the movies are. I think they're mostly compilations of a lot of episodes, right? Like for the most part, that's what the.
I mean, they're all like a cohesive story.
True. Anyway, what was I saying? Something about Sailor Moon and the Subtitles versus the. I did
I
stop.
mean, honestly,
I did stop watching up to a certain point, just because I was just getting kind of bored with it. It was like, okay, I've seen a lot of probably the best that the show has to offer. It's probably time to move on to something else. so I never actually carried on to the end. I could, because the show is not like 7 million episodes long, and it's, it's over, like long over. So it's like, I could probably go back to it someday, maybe. Who knows? But like, but the thing with like the idea of like dubbing it versus subtitling it is that there's also like just a cultural. It's like people think it's a language barrier. No, there's also a cultural barrier in that things that are perfectly like, innocent in Japan are not so in America. Like
Anus.
Like several blackface caricatures in Japanese cartoons.
God, no.
Yeah,
From
See,
Dragon
I only watched the first episode.
not in Sailor Moon, but in things like Dragon Ball, and Pokemon, You're like, Japan has is kind of cognitively dissonant to the whole why minstrel shows are no longer okay.
Yeah, well, I remember, like, I had a friend in college. We were in theater together, and I was saying how I'd been in Hairspray, and, she was great. It was a long time ago. Which friend was it? I think she was Japanese, and she said, oh, I did Hairspray too. Oh, who'd you play? Oh, I played Motormouth Maybell. I'm like, wait, you played Motormouth Maybell? Yeah. Where was your school? Oh, it was in Japan. Like, okay. Then I'm just like, well, is it because everybody's Japanese that you needed somebody to fill in those roles? I don't know. I was kind of thrown for a loop. I was like, I didn't know what to say. Like, but I guess that's why.
I mean, you
It
say.
also made me wonder. Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but there, no guarantees. Like,
I'm not saying it was okay. I'm just like, it's allowed over there.
like I said, I wouldn't necessarily know the reasons as to why. I could theorize as to why. I could probably take the time to research why they're okay with that. I do not have any like inkling of an understanding of like how that, like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, and obviously
Maybe it's the fact that they don't have anybody to fill the ethnic roles. That
funny enough, that Pokemon Jinx
maybe-
actually got recolored to a light shade of purple. And that's it. That's all they did. They kept the big lips and everything. They just recolored
okay.
the light shade of purple.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's like, I do not, for the life of me, understand what the whole, like, it, there must be some really just, like, I don't know. I really don't know. And that's pretty much where I should probably leave it, because like it's a pretty touchy subject anyway, and I have no knowledge of the Japanese reflection of any of that. I could probably go at length about how it affects American culture, but beyond that, I'm probably.
I mean, we're white. What do we know?
We need to get like an actual Japanese person on this show sometimes. If we can find like an actual Japanese person, we probably could.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
We probably could. It's the internet.
You are too true.
Oh no. She's not talking to me anymore. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Same with European countries like France. Glares at miraculous. Oh yeah. I can actually say something to that related specifically to Miraculous, and how there was like a comic book that they released where before they ended up doing the Miraculous New York thing, in the show, they did a miraculous New York thing in the comics, which I guess that was where all these new superheroes were introduced, which is why we had absolutely no preamble to who any of them were. But like,
I'm glad I didn't.
there's a moment in the comic for stupid reasons. At least I hope they're stupid and not weird. That Marinette had transformed into Ladybug, like, while putting on her bathing suit. So when she de-transformed, she was wearing absolutely nothing. It's like, why? And then there's this infamous comic panel with Marinette in a box next to some burly-looking black dudes, like, and the final line she says is, "Please don't hurt me." Yeah, way to go, friends.
Oh, no.
My. There's a lot of things wrong with that.
Aside the fact that Nino and Alia exist in the show, you act like you've never seen a black person. First off, and second thing.
I mean, in defense, maybe she's just scared because Americans are scary. Because Americans are scary. Americans are very scary.
Okay, any
But
girl
still,
naked
that
in
connotation,
would
just
be
know.
kind of-
Now,
Yeah.
to be fair,
But-
from what I heard and or read, apparently it was kind of a moral of the story thing. Okay, but like, you have a friend, Nino. I don't understand. Like, what's the moral? That Americans aren't so bad or something? I don't get it. But again,
Americans are scary though. Like, they're very, very scary. You don't know who's gonna do what.
January 6th.
Well,
Well,
you.
that's the most recent scary bit.
Oh my god. They just let him walk in too.
No,
I think Weird Al.
Shit, was just like,
Okay,
no, no.
that actually reminds me of a Weird Al thing where he was on like John Oliver, and he did a polka called the North Korean polka. Basically, it goes, "Please don't nuke us, North Korea." And one of the lyrics is "No, we're not savages or cannibals. Well, maybe just a really, really, really small percent." Everybody at Capitol. It's like, if you don't, like, come on, you don't have, like, the decency to just sit on your thumbs and do nothing. Like, just follow societal convention and stop raising a shit. Especially over, by all accounts, the most normal thing to happen. Like, if you're gonna raise a shit about anything, raise a shit about actual injustice, not, "Oh no, the president is being replaced by a new president." Yeah, that happens all the time, dumbass. The president gets replaced
like
all
every
the time.
every
like,
4 to 8 years.
No, stop, no, stop.
Lord willing, for all intents and purposes, and all the shit that he's caused, it's like, he's barred. Like, Lord willing, he just never, ever even bothers to run again. Like, even if a bunch of dumbasses decide we're gonna write him in, he never shows up. Like, and someone else wins anyway. Because, like, no, because even if, because I imagine one of the reasons at least why Biden ended up winning was because there were probably some people who voted for Trump who weren't in like the supporter camp. They were more in like the, well, I guess it's we'll see what happens. And then they saw what happens, and then they decided, yeah, we're not gonna do that again. Because, like, I gotta give the benefit of the doubt at some point where it's like, it's not always like we can't always point at, like, there being just, like, it's always the rabble rousers who are making trouble whenever there's a bad decision going on in politics. Not necessarily. Sometimes it's just like, we're gonna test the waters here. We're gonna see just how bad it could possibly be, and then, well, there you go. But let's just say, like, 2020, the 2021 ballot, 2020 ballot, easiest vote I ever made.
My only hope is that Biden keeps his nose away from little girls. Because remember that famous photo where he, like, sniffs a girl's hair? Actually, it was a video, too.
No, I did not know that.
He straight up sniffed, like, some girl's hair. And was, like, very uncomfortably close to her and was, like, whispering in her ear. And she was, like, so uncomfortable, like, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Jeez.
Just like, okay, just stop it with that. Right now. Just stop.
Back away.
I'm not.
The French don't think much of
back
North
the fuck
Americans.
away.
I wish I had time to tell you the pranks my dad's French cousin pulled on him as a kid. Yeah, that song is gonna get
the
stuck
girl
in
was
my
like
head.
12, 11 years old when that video was shot.
Jeez Louise.
So,
Let's turn to happier topics for a minute. Look at SpongeBob. Look at that.
look at him go.
Wow. He really
It's
is.
the SpongeBob.
Much sponge, yes, very.
Much sponge.
All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Just trying to keep my spacing consistent.
Life is going well for me, Fizzy. Thank you for asking.
No. I just want to say I love all of you people here. Yes, you guys in the chat. You're all such wholesome little beings, and I probably wouldn't be doing this. Like not the SpongeBob thing, but like the like streaming. I would not be doing this if you guys weren't here. So thank you. You are awesome, and I love you all.
Yay. Oh.
Aw.
Mm.
Look at it. You see, Bella. That's exactly what I'm talking about. These are so fucking wholesome. I'm going to die of sweetness. I drove a car for the first time yesterday. What's with the air quotes? What's with the quotations? What's with the asterisk? What's with the your ad here? I don't know.
Oh. I was just reminded of a freaking conversation I had eons ago.
It was a
When I say
two-wheeled
eons, I mean over a
Wait,
year. It was over
wait.
a year ago.
two-wheeled car. Wait, what? What do you mean two-wheeled car? The fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is a two-wheeled car?
Bicycle. Or a motorbike.
She says two-wheeled car. That doesn't strike me as bicycle or motorbike.
Well, a motorbike has two wheels and an engine, so it's a two-wheeled car, damn it.
No, car is enclosed, for one. Like a car, a carriage, a thing. It's like, it's gotta have at least 4 walls. Motorbike ain't got no walls.
Okay, fine. Then it's like that vehicle from Tron. There you go. It's the vehicle from Tron.
What vehicle from...
The vehicle from Tron!
That was a motorcycle, and that did not have walls.
Enclosure!
There were two
I'll freaking show you!
two steering wheels. Oh, that's different, isn't it? two steering wheels. You gotta say, like...
Well, the 80s one had an enclosure, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Because it's showing me the fucking, like, 2000 something one. Fucking 80s. God damn it, 80s.
No, I know what you're talking about, but like, that's not even. What did I start? You buried the lead on the fact that these wheels were steering wheels. That's all. That's all. It's like, see, that makes a little more sense to me. Having 2 steering wheels. It's like, okay, there you go. But like, two-wheeled.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the vehicles from the 80s.
Z, I know what these things look like.
No, shush, 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 shush your mouth. Shush your mouth. You need to see this. There we go. 2-wheeled cars.
Not even remotely.
They're 2 wheels!
2 wheels, but not cars.
They are straight up cars, okay?
That is not a car.
They're in an enclosure. Okay? The person is on the inside. It's a car.
You do not straddle a car.
No, they're inside!
Yeah, but you are still riding it like a bicycle. It is not a car.
No. It's a car.
Okay? Ain't no car.
You said it's an enclosure. Well, there it is. It's an enclosure. There it is. It's a fucking 2-wheeled car.
That is not a car.
It's a car.
It's not a car. DF, back me up here. That's not a car.
It's a car.
I have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
Damn it, DF, you're the Disney fanatic us with this Disney knowledge. Is that a car?
I did not watch Tron. I did not watch Tron.
Good. Does it look like a car?
It's a car.
It looks like one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a car.
It is not a car.
It's a car.
In the middle of it.
It's not a car. It's literally called a light cycle. That is not a car.
This is the stupidest argument I've ever been in the middle of.
It's a fucking bike.
Link to it. Link to the image I showed in the chat so people can see this freaking car. It's
fine.
a car.
You want the.
You can't tell, but I'm
copy
crying
link.
now because this is so fucking ridiculous.
It's a goddamn car.
There you go, guys. Go ahead and take that audio clip of DF for the first time, like live at least, saying the F word.
That is not the first time I've said it.
It's the first time I remember hearing it. Well, here, anyway. Remember hearing it here.
Oh, okay. Video.
No,
done
Bella, it's a
publishing.
car.
We need to check it.
It's a 2-wheeled car.
All right, going off for 2 minutes to make sure I publish this video right.
All right. See, Bella, you remember things better about my live streams than I do.
It's a car, though.
I'm gonna.
It's a car.
I gotta. Z, if you were playing Mario Kart or Crash Team Racing or some other driving simulator with a lap system, then you would not label this as a cart. It would be a bike.
It's a fucking car,
It
damn
is
it.
not a car.
By your own description, it's a car.
You know what? You know what else you need to qualify for a car? You need at least 3 wheels.
No.
No, you need insurance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody's got insurance in Tron. Insurance is...
Motorcycle insurance.
It's a fucking car.
It is not a car.
By your own description, it's
What
a
was
car.
my... Repeat my description back to me.
You said it's gotta have an enclosure, and I'm just like, well, the Tron bike,
It
they're not a fucking
needs
car.
4 walls. Have you ever heard of a convertible, Z? That's certainly a car. But it has 4 walls. 4, count them, 4.
Oh my god. Oh my. Well, have you seen a fucking Porsche? They got that sleek look like this freaking Tron cars.
You know, walls are also an interior thing, right?
I know. Okay. It's also okay. On the interior superior. It's 4 walls, all right?
But a bike has no such thing. Even this little...
The Tron cars do.
These are not cars. You know, I will not deny the fact of cars being in the Tron, like, computer world, but these are not them, okay? These are not those cars. These are the bikes that they ride. They're called light cycles.
They're cars, damn it. All right, they look like cars. They're cars.
They're not cars. See that?
They look like cars.
Does that really look like a car to you?
They're 2-wheel cars.
It's not a car! See, the only fucking car that has wheels like that exists in the Flintstones. That is not a car.
It's a goddamn car, okay?
It's not a goddamn car. Stop calling it a car. It is not a car. Right. That's a car, and SpongeBob works at the chum bucket.
It's me trying not to yell because somebody texted me being like screaming, and I'm just like, fuck you.
Not a car.
It's a car.
Thank you, Cosmic.
Cosmic, it's a car.
New topic before we flip a table? Okay, the new topic of discussion is how to design your very own car!
Mine's gonna have 2 wheels.
It ain't gonna look like that!
Straight up, it's gonna look like that.
No, it
It's a
won't!
goddamn car.
That is not a car!
It's a car.
Z, that is not a car! Have you ever seen the inside of those things, Z?
Yes!
They got handlebars, Z! Not a steering
So?
wheel!
So?
You do not drive a car with handlebars! It is not a car!
You could if you wanted to.
Z, I'm going to have to come running all Naruto over to your house and slap you in the face. This is not a car!
It's a car.
Not a damn car!
It's a car.
Not a fucking car!
It's a car.
It is not a car! Why are you so hung up on this?
I teach kids all day, and this argument is officially the dumbest that I've ever been in the middle of.
Yes, you said that already.
Yes. Okay. I've had arguments about chocolate trifecta and gymnastics but this takes the cake. Don't make me use my nanny voice.
Alright. What's a new topic?
Anyway, got my video done.
Woo! Yay! New topic!
Yay.
What is the video of, anyway? Or is that going to be kept in the secret?
Well, they're probably going to find out in an hour when it's announcing the premiere anyway. Yeah, when someone suggested, well, what about a song from Tangled the series? And you know what? One I've been wanting to do for a long time was Everything I Ever Thought I Knew, the one that Flynn sings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, that's Discord. Because he's pretty much had an identity crisis with this whole series. He's gone from Lord of Chaos to friend of adorable Pegasus pony to traitor to not traitor anymore to friend of the princess to Grogar to, oh yeah, this is totally well intentioned. I was just pretending to be Grogar to build your confidence, and you see what I mean? The guy's kind of been all over the place.
Yeah. You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Grogar reveal in the final episodes of MLP, because that's something I actually have things I can say about.
I still haven't seen
nobody
the final
saw coming.
season
I mean,
of MLP.
It is definitely a plot twist that nobody saw coming, but it was also, like, if you take it as it is, Grogar was only ever mentioned in Season 9, right? And his whole inclusion was in Season 9. So, even if you never saw it coming, the fact of the matter is that they planned out all the details. Like, You never ever saw what Discord was doing while Grogar was away, and you never saw what Grogar was doing while Discord was away.
Yeah, right? Like you
so,
never
like,
saw them in the same place in the same episode.
Like, for one. So obviously this was planned from the beginning, whether people agree with it or not, but for all intents and purposes, I do agree with it. Discord is just fucked up enough to think that putting your friends in mortal peril will give them a confidence boost.
It's sad, but sure, did I get all the...
It's like, I don't see it as a character regression. In fact, I see it more as a progression, because at least in this instance, he wasn't trying to dick around with anybody. He actually was intending to do right by them. Obviously, he fucked up.
It's
but
also
like,
not the first time that he's, done something totally, chaotic in order to help his friends. I mean, let's not forget that Christmas special that was before that.
Oh yeah, the Christmas special. But even then, that was an instance in an area he actually had some expertise in. Like, he knew Fluttershy front to back. Like, he was her best friend. They were each other's best friends, so he knew her really well. And yeah, best Christmas gift ever. Told you so, Rainbow Dash. Like, pay attention to me. But for this particular instance, as far as countrywide politics and potential for starting wars, yeah, dude, read the room.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's also fairly obvious that, yes, his plan was that he would be in charge. Like, but the only problem was that the only ones that the trio of terrible didn't trust more than the only ones that they ever had any mistrust for aside from each other was Grogar, and their mistrust of Grogar was outweighed their mistrust of each other for the majority of the time. So their whole lying about finding the bell and actually successfully getting the bell, it's this plan was doomed, and Discord would not have known about it, because we know that he's not omnipresent or omniscient. He's not that clairvoyant. He was able to be beaten by the main six because he couldn't tell that they'd gotten past his curse, and it's so yeah, he's obviously not going to be able to pick up that his plan could and did go sideways. I actually remember seeing somebody else had a complaint about how Discord, literally the first appearance says he doesn't turn ponies into stone, but then by the end of season 9 he's perfectly honky-dory with that. And
you're right, one of them is a pony.
And on the other hand, I could certainly see Discord doing it in some sort of poetic irony, these bad guys are probably just as bad, if not worse, than he was, and for the reasons he was imprisoned. So probably a poetic justice on his part.
I turned ponies into stone that first time just as a way to taunt her and make her yeah, you imprisoned me. I wouldn't do a thing like that. Right.
Speaking of wouldn't imprison me, what the hell did he actually end up doing with Celestia and or Luna during the return of Disharmony, or that season 2 opener? Where the hell were they? I mean, we always get that question because the princesses are the most powerful beings in the land of Equestria, and it's you end up nerfing them or cutting them out of the episode one way or another. So it's so obviously. But
never helped.
It really does raise the question: where the fuck were they?
In the season 2 opener?
They took a vacation.
We knew where Celestia was in the season 2 opener, but she said that she and Luna were no longer connected to the elements.
Well,
we don't know where Luna was.
That's not
until she.
That's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is while the Discord chaos was going forward. Ooh, wait a minute! Oh, I think I know where Celestia was, and you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh your ass off. Remember, like, one of the first characters that we see grayed out outside of the main 6 was Big Macintosh, and he's acting like a dog? I think he actually did the same thing to Celestia, and she's not sending back Twilight's letters as motivation, she's sending them back as a fuck you to Twilight because she's been turned into her opposite. So Twilight gets this big motivation because Discord was dicking around.
Sorry, what?
Because the funny thing is, we never actually get an explanation for why Celestia's sending back those letters. Because I imagine we wouldn't have, because I imagine we'd need a TV, like, PG rating at least in order to actually see Celestia's, like, sequence of events. Like, so she thinks she's fucking better than me? Well, here's all your letters, faithful student. You bitch.
Shit, dog.
I literally just came up with that. It's like these are the
You should make a comic of that. That'd be hilarious.
It's like, thanks for the motivation, Celestia. Oh, alright, yes, that. Uh-huh, sure, yes, exactly the reason why I sent those letters back. Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm like uploading the video at the same time, so I'm kind of half listening here.
Woo!
Go video. Go video. Woo, woo.
Oh, also these the graphic on the pink acrylic on the pink paint tube here is off centered.
Oh.
Look at it.
Look at it! Look at it! That is
Look at it!
just weird.
Yeah, by the way, if you're one of my patrons of $7 or more, you should be seeing this video in your Gmail now.
Nice. You know, another thing that I saw contested, more particularly by Anthony C, was how the season 2 finale was kind of a mess and a half. To which I say, yeah, but it worked, didn't it? Like, Chrysalis succeeded at what she was doing, didn't she? Like, Chrysalis, like, does strike me as the character, especially in the way everything unfolded, as the kind of pony who would either have, like, the kind of creature who would have some kind of, either 15 contingencies or literally everything happened exactly as she wanted it to happen. Like, she wanted Twilight to find Cadence and bring her to the wedding. She wanted that. Like, that was part of her plan. Like, she does strike me as the kind of the person who would, like, put that in the notes. It's like, okay, if I send Twilight to the princess will be able to reveal herself. So, what I need to do, so that means I'll need to have some kind of big megalomaniacal speech prepared for when she does show up.
Right you are, princess. And as queen of the changelings, it is up to me to find food for my subjects. Equestria has more love than any place I've ever encountered. God, I don't remember what exactly she says.
But yeah. But like, it's like, it's an exposition dump for the audience, and it's also your evil villainous monologue at the same time. And not just an evil villainous monologue, but in universe, a distraction for the actual plan going on outside. Have you looked over the plan yet? Yes. And I don't understand any of it. I mean, we're gonna, like, she's gonna go inside the thing. And we're gonna spend the rest of the time, like, busting this thing open. She does realize this thing is super strong. No, don't worry. We're gonna work on it at around, like, 9 in the morning. She says that the prince will be incapacitated at that point. Oh, okay, cool. This should be a lot easier to do. Got it. Okay, so we're probably only gonna be chipping away at it for about an hour, right? Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine having a wedding at 9 in the morning. I hate that.
No, I'm just theorizing the idea that the prince will that Shining Armor's shield will guaranteed be weakened at around 9, and the wedding is actually around like 10 or 11. So they're chipping away at it for a couple hours.
Even
Like,
10 or 11, okay? Just no.
Is this too
No.
early?
Do you have any idea how long it takes to like get a fucking bride ready?
No, I do not. Especially not one with 4 legs. I imagine that'd be pretty difficult.
Okay, first you gotta do the hair, then you gotta make sure the dress is perfect, you gotta do the makeup, you gotta make sure everybody's butt is in their seat, and everything
Double check the
before
dress
you
again.
You gotta double check the dress, you gotta make sure there's like no fucking holes in the dress, like you gotta just like fucking,
The amount
no morning weddings.
The amount of pure preparation, though, because, like, you're already checking for a lot of that stuff beforehand. Like, here's the stylist who's going to do the hair. Here's the person who's going to do the makeup and keep an eye on the dress and the fittings and the everything. It's just like, there's already a lot of pre-work.
Imagine you can't afford that stuff, though, and you're just having family members help you.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't know.
I mean, essentially, that's what Cadence's wedding was. Is like, here's my brother's sister and her friends, and they get to help us with the wedding, so that we don't have to pay for a lot of the. We can cut the wedding cost down.
Like, I remember when my mom got married back in 2014. I was one of her bridesmaids. It was back when I had long, luscious hair, and it took several hours for my stepsister to help me curl my hair and, like, you know, put it in like a nice little side swoop sort of like look. It was very cute. If I find the picture, I'll show you. And of course she helped me with my makeup, because back then I was not the best at makeup, so she helped me out with that. I looked gorgeous, and of course I had to put on the dress and stuff. That took roughly 2.5, 3 hours just for me, a freaking bridesmaid. Imagine how long it took for my mom, who was the bride.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I probably should have done more research on weddings when I wrote about weddings in my fanfics. Well, I hadn't gone to a wedding until Katie and Will got married.
No.
You know
Now
what?
I have
I
a
think
slightly
the
better
picture
idea.
might be on my mom's Facebook. I'm just gonna go. You know what? It might be on my Facebook.
Yeah, whenever I see
on
something, whenever I see something from those two on Twitter or something, it's like basically when two people in real life are in a relationship, it's kind of the same vibes you get from two like shipping. It's like you get like, oh, you guys are so sweet together. It's like
what?
it's that natural.
My brother and his
Mother,
girlfriend.
what? Oh, good God! What am I making those for, Mother? My mom just freaking. Okay, she sent me a picture on Facebook of hydrangeas, and she asked if I can make them. With what? Out of what? What are you talking about? Mom, what are you talking about? I'm scared.
Everything okay?
Huh?
I don't know. We just ended with I'm scared there.
I started looking through my photos. So that's why I went to
Okay.
Facebook. I'm not seeing my mom's wedding photos. Huh. I mean, I see my aunt's wedding photos. I wasn't a bridesmaid there, so I didn't really pay that much attention to my hair, but you know what? It's fluffy.
Fluffy.
All right, finally on the actual live video and seeing the chat here.
Huh?
Well, because I couldn't really have YouTube open while I was video editing. Otherwise, it was just going to be very slow for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, DF, I see a picture of you and me. Ah, completely forgot to post that on Facebook.
Huh?
Oh my god, this was 2015. We took a photo together, like, back in 2015, and I posted it on Facebook.
Oh, right. Right. Oh, God. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's like everything that happened before this year just feel like forever ago.
Yeah, it really freaking does. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Do you remember a time when we could go outside? I don't know.
You remember a time when people weren't morons? Wear a mask!
No, I really don't. I don't remember a time when people weren't morons.
Yeah, good point. Well, except
I'm
for
gonna
when
imagine
you're...
if this were like a fucking musical. And like I just scream,
Yeah.
wear a mask in like the middle of it.
Well, if they can make musicals taking place in the Great Depression...
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Hey, what
that's
would be
an
the
awful
COVID
photo.
version of Ain't We Got Fun?
Oh, there's a magical place with magical charms, a wonderful place where you never get harmed. Indoors, indoors, indoors.
No. This is the way it goes. It would go. There's nothing surer. The rich get richer and the poor get COVID.
And the poor get COVID.
Well, because it's richly and the poor get children.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like that, you know, that famous Great Depression song, every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Got no money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun?
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about the Great Depression.
Woo!
Actually, I think it actually was made a little bit before that, but it's pretty much the anthem to that time. Ah, thank
Man.
you, Bella. Be our guest parody.
Oh, yes, yes,
Wear
somebody-
a mask. Jesus Christ, just wear a mask.
Somebody
Oh, there we go.
somebody actually did that on Twitter. Yeah.
I think someone did was there like a Gaston kind of thing somewhere?
I don't know, but yeah, somebody totally actually did that be our guest one.
Oh, I can't find the picture that I'm thinking of. Damn it.
The number of song parodies and you know, lip sync videos. We did one. Actually, no, you weren't for that one. Sorry.
Whoa.
Like, did anyone see that?
Whoa.
Well, like I made the request on the Skype group, and just people who answered like, okay, I can join this. Like it was like early on in the quarantine. You know, we did Cabin Fever from the Muppet Treasure Island.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the boiling lines there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put up with that. I mean, it's just a natural effect of having to draw SpongeBob over and over again that you're gonna get something that weird.
As long as you don't have any allergies to like anything in the vaccine, you should be fine.
Oh, Bella, that's a good one. A Lion King parody. Oh, I just can't wait for my vaccine.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, that's what.
Woo!
Hey, I didn't write that.
I'm gonna go outside. Yeah. Oh, speaking of outside, so I invited a bunch of my friends to my birthday party, and that my birthday party is gonna be on the 21st. My birthday's on the 20th.
Yay.
Yay. So I invited a bunch of my friends, and like I remember one of the first things that one of my friends asked was, "Is everybody vaccinated?" And yes, we are all vaccinated, so we're good. Woo!
Yeah, I've been going to a game night every Monday, like, yeah, an LGBT game night, and
Ooh.
some people wear masks who aren't vaccinated. I haven't worn a mask, but now that I've been hearing about the Delta variant that the vaccine won't help us against, like, maybe I should wear my mask again in public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did the laundry, made sure the masks were in there.
Oh wow, that's. Wow, she's flexible. Sorry, I saw a thing.
Yeah, I know people have fear of needles, but honestly, like, a few seconds of discomfort versus possible death.
Yeah.
Fear of sharp
Yeah.
metal objects
Yeah,
or
I've already
dying.
I've already.
I'm gonna say dying would outweigh that like 100% of the time, but some people have proven wrong on that.
Yeah, I have already had a family member who died from COVID, so not fun.
Yeah, my grandpa died.
It's not fun.
My grandpa died. It wasn't of COVID, but because of COVID, there was no way we were able to see him in the last year.
Oh.
Well, he was 90, so yeah. Moment of silence for people who lost loved ones.
Wear a mask, wear a mask. Oh my god, wear a mask.
Okay, amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Just wear a fucking mask. Wear a goddamn mask.
Wear it. Wear it.
Well, good news. One of my short stories is going to be published.
Yay!
Yay!
Found out a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's a short horror story, so it's not for the faint of heart.
Ooh. For me, it depends on the horror story. Like, is it a body horror or is it psychological horror? What is it?
It's really more psychological horror.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm into that shit.
Yeah, actually, sometimes when I'm writing a horror story, it feels more like a tragedy than a horror to me. And then I'm like, no, I don't want this character to die, but I know this character has to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's like.
Yeah.
Oh well. Like for me, if I don't have to kill a character, I won't kill a character. But if it's like, sometimes you're just like, well, they gotta die. Very impactful.
I remember I had to kill off Angel Bunny in one of my fanfics.
Oh. Why?
I know.
It was vampires, right?
Because it had to do with Fluttershy's arc. Yeah. Though I do remember that one thing for the original novel I'm working on, someone from my writers group, like, I feel like there should be like more loss here. Like, maybe if this character died, I'm like, okay, why this character? Because we haven't spent enough time with this character. Also, this is the first book. I think having somebody die this early in the series is, yeah. I'm like, there's a time to kill off a character. That was not the time to kill off a character.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it wasn't a matter of being attached.
It wasn't a matter of being attached. Don't do that. One, don't do it. Two, don't do it as early as you fucking did. Fuck off, dude.
No. It wasn't a matter of me. It wasn't a matter of me being attached to the character. It was the fact that the readers wouldn't have spent enough time with the character to be attached.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, we literally just met this character. Now you want me to kill him off? No, it doesn't work that way.
Kind of what happened with the cop in A Quiet Place Part 2. We met him in like the first scene. We didn't see him for the next couple of scenes, and then we see him again and he gets killed.
Yeah, but that's usually like I mean, in horror movies, you have like the lesser characters getting killed off first, and then the impactful character that you've grown to love.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, we're just introducing you to this random character. Oh, and this character dies in the first.
Oh my god, in part 1, like the dad's death was actually very fucking heart-wrenching.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. And like the first death you got was like a raccoon. And then the second death you got was this old man who just lost his wife and then pretty much commits suicide by screaming and letting the monsters know he's there. Sorry for spoiling stuff. No, sorry. The first death was the little boy.
The first death was the little boy. I was about to say.
Which gives you the shock factor because it's the we were talking about this in horror class, like torture the innocent, like. If you see the bad guys torturing the innocents, like children, old people, or pets, then you need to hate them and or fear them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it sets like an entire freaking like precedence for like the rest of the movie, where like where like the deaf girl, like, it feels like her dad hates her and stuff, and in actuality, no, he doesn't.
Yeah. Now see that's a difference. Killing off a character that early in the movie, and so and in such a shocking way too. Like it contributed to the rest of the rest of the plot.
Yeah.
But my writers group was just telling me to randomly kill off one of these characters. I'm like, like that kind of death doesn't belong in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Actually, the characters I've killed off were all like before the book and off. I say off screen, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm also keeping in mind this is middle grade, and considering I'm tackling the theme of genocide, that all all the characters who died, it was before the story happened.
Ooh, oh shoot, what's Okay, what's the Walking Dead game? The one where you play as Clementine. The Walking Dead game. Plays Clementine. Is that called something specific? Like Walking Dead Part 2 or something? I don't know. But
sorry, Bella, I have to say this for Bella. How to stay alive in a horror movie. Be the cameraman.
Be the camera.
Yeah. Or woman or person.
Yeah.
Yeah, many jump scares would disagree with that notion. Because that's an instance when something gets right up in the cameraman's face, they're probably dead now.
No, you're still alive afterwards.
No guarantees.
No
guarantees.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, Autistic Writer is right, unless it's a found footage movie.
Yep, there you go.
Fair enough.
Camera guy's definitely going to die in that one.
Nobody's safe. Not even the murderer is safe, because sometimes the movie ends with the murderer's demise.
Especially for the more hopeful ones, the ones where it's like, there's this monster, we got to get rid of him, kind of dealio.
I was talking about The Walking Dead before I got interrupted.
Yes, you were. You were talking about The Walking Dead. What were you getting on about?
Yeah, the Telltale game where you play as Clementine. There is there's like, well, it's not the very beginning, but like towards the beginning, you like befriend a dog. Then the dog attacks you, and then you have to kill the dog. That's sad. I didn't like that, but it had to happen. It had to happen. So you can try to convince these freaking new people that, no, it's not a zombie bite, it's a dog bite, I swear.
Oh man, that reminds me of that Until Dawn game where, like, there's a moment you decide whether to, punch the dog or punch the wolf or not. Yeah. Yeah, and spoiler a tip for anyone who plays that game: don't punch the wolf. The wolf will help you. The wolf will be your friend.
A wolf friend?
And don't shoot at any birds or squirrels, because apparently that affects gameplay later too.
Damn. All right.
Well, as long as it actually affects the gameplay, you know, because like so many people go on about like your choices actually matter here, and then at the end of it really doesn't matter. It's just a few cosmetic things that are different. It's like the illusion of your choices matter, but your choices actually don't matter at all.
Yeah, well, like there was one moment where if you shoot at the herd of moose coming at you, then you end up being thrown off the cliff by the moose. So yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was like it. I'm still talking about it until dawn.
Everyone lived but Josh. I killed him. He's dead. Oh my gosh, I really like those games where like you know, you pick out your favorites and then you just let your not favorites die.
Well,
And
Josh,
like the game continues. Yes. Die.
Okay, if Josh ended up dying in your game, it's because you didn't find all the hidden clues.
Oh.
Yeah, because but if he doesn't die, I put in quotes, then he becomes a Wendigo. Yeah, which is technically living? I don't know.
Wendigos are terrifying.
Ugh, they definitely made him terrifying in that game.
Hmm.
I
I'm
didn't play it. I like watching it.
okay. Like, I need to ask this: is it at all appropriate to put Wendigos in like games and other media and stuff? Because like,
They're in My Little Pony.
I mean,
Well,
true, but like,
in name
I
only.
know. They're wind ghosts.
They're
but
kind of
still.
a pun dealio.
I know,
but I'm talking about like Wendigo, like, okay. In in the indigenous culture, a lot of indigenous people see that as like appropriating their culture, you know, their culture that's like that they're still trying to like, you know, get back to this day, you know.
Oh,
So-
hello, Piglet.
So a lot of them don't like it when we, you know, put their lore and stuff into movies and games and all that.
I guess I hear that, but then by that logic, we would have to forget about vampires and werewolves.
Oh, here's
And-
the thing. Here's the thing. European like lore and stuff, like they're like we're not appropriating their culture because like, you know, we're all European mutts. You know? You know, and Europeans haven't exactly been oppressed for like hundreds of years.
Tell that to Poland.
Yeah, fine. Yep.
Except for Poland.
Polish girl here, yeah.
But like indigenous people are still trying to reclaim their culture to this day.
If I were gonna go about it, like saying I wanted to use Wendigo in this thing or something, I'd probably use the in-name only clause, but even only so far. Like, take ideas of like, okay, so it's some kind of creature with this and this and that. It doesn't necessarily have to be called a Wendigo, but what you can do is like, in universe, you can have things where it's like, because different people have seen different things at different times, this one thing could be seen as a different thing by another culture when they're actually totally and completely the same thing. Where it's like, some people have seen like dinosaurs and maybe thought they were dragons kind of scenario, you know what I mean?
Hang on, does this mean we can't use mummies anymore?
Ooh.
I think we're getting a little too. I think we're getting a little too far up our own asses about this.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of Egyptians have been the oppressors. I mean, if you read the Bible and you believe the Bible, they did lots of Hebrew slaves.
At least on a historical merit. Like, you don't necessarily need to take the biblical, like, even if you're agnostic or an atheist, you can take the Bible as, like, from its historical standpoint, and like the things that happened in human history, like, you can't deny those happening, like, because, like, that's a part of world history. Part of world history that's been pretty well documented at that. So it'd be kind of sad to see people, like, ignore that just because it doesn't line up with our understanding of, like, how the world works. It's like, that's not the point. The point is that in as much of, like, it is as a religious text, it's also a compilation of historical records. Like, there are whole chapters of the Bible dedicated to these are the men and these are their descendants. Like, just lists of descendants. It's, like, ridiculous.
Literally why it's called Genesis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't humans believe what?
Yes,
Actually,
yes. Yes, cosmic.
I mean, to be fair, witches are real, but they're not real in the sense that, like, 17th century people believed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like, I lived in Romania, and we did have witches there, and, well, put it this way, their occupation is considered legitimate enough that they have to pay income tax.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the bureaucracy.
Yeah,
I
remember.
I mean, I know a few witches, and they do, like, a lot of practices.
That's
one of them.
That
Okay,
sounds hilarious to me. What, like, the witch who pays taxes?
Yeah,
Probably because I'm getting the cartoon image of a witch in my head. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, our economics teacher, like, he like when this happened, he, like, showed us the news report on it. So let's say some witches weren't happy about it and threatened to put curses on the politicians responsible, and some witches were like, no, actually this is a good thing. It means the government acknowledges that what I do is legit.
Yeah.
Sounds like the name of a book.
The money they will make from the spells and the charms and any of the fortune tellings. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So one of my witch friends is a green witch. What a green witch is basically just like a gardener on steroids. And she made moon water, and okay, again, I'm not a witch, so I have a very basic understanding of what moon water is. But basically you, like, fill a jar with water and you put it outside during a full moon. And then you have moon water.
Sounds like some Avatar shit.
Yeah. And then apparently if you do it right, apparently the water vibrates. It vibrates. You got vibrating water, and then you can like, you know, water your plants with it, and your plants love that shit. They like vibrating water.
Do a little dance.
Yeah. To be clear, when we say witches, we're not talking about Satanists. We're talking about pagan witches.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah,
like pagan, Wiccan.
That's fair. That's
type of
fair.
witches.
Okay. Just want to dispel confusion because there are Satanists who will call themselves witches. So.
Yeah.
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 Of course, that's a whole other can of worms.
A whole other can. Yeah. Well.
Oh boy, I might be rambling. I haven't had a day off since what day is it?
It's the 3rd of August.
It is Tuesday.
I haven't had a day off since a while.
last Friday night.
No, more like a last Saturday night. Yeah,
Jeez.
July 24th. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Because I have my weekday job and then I have a weekend job, and it just so happens that they wanted me to do both Saturday and Sunday this time, and both Saturday and Sunday next time. So my next day off, if nothing changes, will probably be August 14th.
Shit.
Yay.
That's one reason I did not do a Beauties and Beasts episode this week. I've just been so busy. On top of that, I've been doing a lot of job interviews, trying to find something for the fall.
Very, very busy, and you got a lot to do, and you haven't got a minute to explain it all.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I'm all booked. Yeah, and it turned. Yeah. When I was trying to find something for the fall, since my current nanny job is going to be ending when the kids go back to in-person learning, and I ended up getting a whole lot of requests, and then I set up with 4 interviews on one weekend. Can I handle this? And then I get more requests for, hey, can I get an interview? You know what? I have a lot set up right now. I think I'm good, but I'll let you know if any of them don't work out. Turns out all of them accept me.
Oh boy.
Well, one got canceled, and then all of them accept me, and then I had to make a decision okay, so now I'll be working 3 part-time jobs, which will balance out to about 40 hours a week, give or take.
Sweet, merciful heavens.
That's a full work
Well,
week. Just of part-time jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
between
exactly.
so many different jobs, jeez.
At least my Fridays will be off.
Yay.
Yay.
Maybe. How do I do it all? I'm a workaholic, and I really want to be able to earn enough that I can live on my own at some point. Or at least with a roommate.
Don't you understand? She's Wonder Woman.
You Wonder Woman.
I don't even know how Wonder Woman does it. She holds down a job and she saves the world. A high-paying job.
Time management. Are you sure it doesn't have something to do with the fact that she can fly or something? I'm pretty sure that would help a lot.
Well, it helps when the babies go to sleep and I can catch up on stuff. I mean, once they're asleep and you have stuff clean, there's not really much else you could do. Just pull out the laptop, catch up on classes, type out a story.
Yep.
Oh my.
Oops. Wrong eraser. Wrong eraser.
Whoa.
Let's see.
Yeah, speaking of which, I have to go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man.
And I'm in a different time zone than you, so
True,
it's
true,
like
true, yeah.
10:33 right
We are
now.
all in a different time zone.
We're all in
Yeah.
different time zones.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to sign up. I'm probably gonna sign off and start getting ready for bed.
Yeah, you definitely do that. All right, everybody, give a great big farewell.
If I want some sleep.
Give a great big farewell to DF.
Bye.
See you around.
Things are looking up, but at a price.
Yeah.
She's gone. Let's talk about her. Still my favorite quote from Phineas and Ferb. That's just so funny to me.
You sounded. Oh god. Oh, I keep forgetting his name. His name is Buford, right?
Yep.
You sound just like him.
Yeah, that was like that. They were doing this thing where they were testing out this phone that could, had all these little gizmos and gadgets, and one of them was that it could teleport you places. And it was like, so Phineas had Isabella step outside the garage, and he's like, "She's gone. Let's talk about her."
Oh my god. Can we talk about Buford's and god.
Baljeet?
Jake. Yeah, can we talk about their friendship, please?
You mean their bromance?
Their bromance. That is straight up a bromance. I was about to say.
Oh,
Straight up.
good golly. Those two.
And think about it. They're the only ones who didn't get girlfriends when they got older. Very suspicious.
You know, you say that, and at the same time, their relationship over the series really developed. Like, for a comedy show, it's like, you don't really necessarily see, like, so much having to head out. Okay, see you, autistic writer. Later, man.
Hey.
It's like, for the... for the first season of the show, Buford was just a straight up bully, right? And there were like instances, again, back in the first season, where he showed a little bit of a softer side, but this was like with the goldfish. But like otherwise, Buford was just a dead up bully. Like that was his introduction, and that was his role. He was kind of a jerk, and he but he also hung around with the kids. So
wait, are you doing a stream on Friday? Autistic Writer asks.
Oh yes, I will be doing a stream. We'll be playing more of the SpongeBob game this time. Whether I end up finishing this by Friday or not, the host of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie Rehydrated project has given me reassurance that I can take my time on this, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'll probably end up taking a big break tomorrow because I got work tomorrow, and I promised my parents that I'd take the work a little more like away from my computer, so I'm gonna. But I will try to get some work on this at the end of the day, and hopefully Thursday I'll be able to wrap it up.
All right.
But anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, yeah, but like by season 2 onward, Buford slowly became much more of a friend and less of a bully. He was still a bit of a jerk sometimes and still had that gruff exterior, but he very much became kind of like a I'll go along with whatever kind of character, you know?
Yeah. I really like the episode. We're like I don't remember the episode fully, but like basically Buford and Baljeet, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm awful with names. Anyways, Buford and Baljeet, they'd like get separated for whatever reason or something. And they're just like singing a song about how much they miss each other. It's great. God. It's great. It's the classic like a jock bully and like nerdy nerd sort of like romance thing that happens.
Yeah. It was really funny to me is like in an earlier episode, like back in season 2 or something around that. There was an episode where they did the whole "you saved my life, I am eternally grateful."
Oh yeah,
kind
that's
of plot.
right.
And Buford was just constantly like, he's following me around and he's driving me crazy.
He's crazy. Didn't like Buford like carry Baljeet in like a baby backpack or something at one point?
I'm not sure. Actually, I remember another really funny Buford line was like in the episode where they were gonna build a giant bubble that could hold them, so they could all,
There's a
fly.
bunny-sized hole in my heart. That's right.
Yeah.
That was one of the lines in the song. It's great.
Anyway, but like the idea, like the funniest line for me was like, cause it was kind of one of those lines where it's like, cause Buford puts up that air, like, you know, that personality, that whole, you know, jock kind of like a tough guy attitude. So so it's like, so he has a line about how if they were in a giant bubble, they could all float around like little woodland pixies. Of course, in covering up for that, but like, the funnier line was what happened is like when Phineas mentions the idea of building a giant bubble, Buford says, "I want to float around like men."
Like men.
Yeah, it's because a man would totally float around differently than a woman.
I mean, it depends on like, you know, how much fat is on a person.
I mean, you say that, but I guess Buford's logic is that women don't have the right to float. We need to have like we need women's air suffrage so they can all actually earn the right to float.
Yeah, but
I have no idea where I was going with that joke.
I don't know either. But like, you know, to be fair, women actually do have more fat than men do.
Yeah, like estrogen tends to increase the body fat percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course we got the chesticles.
Well,
So
where do you
those
think
help us
most of that body fat percentage ends up? I mean, not always, but like, you know, it's like that's probably the most obvious inclusion of extra body fat stores.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't need a flotation device. I got it in my own natural
remember
flotation
when
device.
Grenda was carrying candy in a backpack? I think I remember that. But I more remember Mabel carrying around Waddles in that baby tummy character here. I know what you're thinking. Does it work for pigs? Yes, it works for pigs.
Hold on. How do you spell Buford?
Buford, B-U-R-F-F-O-R-D.
There is definitely no R after that U.
Oh yeah, B-U-F-F-O-R-D, sorry.
That would be Burford.
No.
Oh, it's one F.
It is?
One F. I think. Hold on. Buford.
I've seen it spelled
Phineas and Ferb.
Buford Van Stone. Come on.
It's one F here. I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
I remember him.
Maybe they spelled it that way in like the credits of one of the episodes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I could have sworn I remember him like. I remember Buford carrying Baljeet in like one of those belly baby carriers. I could have sworn I saw that.
This is what happens when a show goes on for so long. You end up having like on the wiki you have like all of the galleries split up by season. Come on. Yeah, probably gonna be early on, so let's just nope.
Oh God, I went to type in Buford and Baljeet, and and the thing that pops up is Phineas and Ferb, Baljeet, and Buford ship. That's the first thing. That's the only thing that popped up.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Freaking sworn. I saw that damn. I saw that happen.
Not
Pretty
there.
Oh God, I didn't. Oh God. Lady and tramping. No.
What?
They're Lady and Tramping. Look.
Oh.
Straight up Lady and Tramping.
Yep, that was from the Summer Belongs to You special.
Alright. Oh, ew, I should probably have, like, safety on.
Ooh.
What?
Okay,
What?
I found it. Here we go. Hang
Found
on.
it!
Wait. Great. That's
A mummy with his mummy. Oh, it's cute.
alright, this is what I found, closest thing I could find.
Yeah, that! Yeah, I knew that was a thing. I knew I wasn't crazy. I remember seeing that.
There were also a couple other images I found where Buford was either like carrying Baljeet under his arm, or like had him strapped to his back with a rope.
Yeah.
See, I think I can.
This is my nerd. No one can touch him.
I think I can grab that. Where is? Okay, so here's one of those.
Yeah, there it is.
No, here it is. And here's another one. But yeah.
Ah.
They have an interesting relationship. They definitely
sure do. I think it's gone beyond a bromance now. It is now a straight up romance. I'm calling it now. They are the only ones who didn't have girlfriends when they grew up. Just saying.
Interesting is one more. Yeah, but then you're probably gonna get an Avenue Q kind of thing where it's like,
I wish you can meet my girlfriend who lives in Canada.
I always thought you were gay.
see, thanks, Bella. Thank you.
Interesting as one.
All right, let's see.
You know that meme image where like a couple characters are like making out, and like when the character has like their like hand like out behind them, and then a third character like gives them a
Yes,
gives them
the
a
high five. Ah, the draw the squad thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay,
that's my favorite draw the squad.
I think I am totally going to do one of those with my characters because I have a perfect instance for it.
Yeah. I just saw a picture of Gamer Baljeet and he looks so angry. What the fuck is this bullshit? I had them right there!
Gamer Baljeet?
Yeah! You don't know oh. Hold on.
Oh boy. I know there were a few instances where
Look, Gamer Baljeet.
I know there were a few instances where yep, there it is. Yep. Because there were a few episodes that actually got the whole video game thing going down. There was one where they basically troned themselves into a video game. And then there was that Sick Day episode there where that image comes from, where they were all streaming a game with each other because Sick Day, and everyone was sick.
Uh-huh.
And the joke in the episode, actually one of them at least, is that like,
Oh, Buford's sick too? Nah, I'm just lazy.
and then by the episode everybody else is feeling better and he's sick. Hubris.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but there you go. Actually,
To take care of me.
but really, like, I know for a fact that I have watched a lot of Disney shows to completion, but there are very few Cartoon Network shows that I've ever watched to completion. Like, probably because I didn't grow up on a lot of the Cartoon Network's stuff. Like, I grew up on the Disney stuff and the Nick Jr.'s. So
I grew up on Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls.
If there was a Cartoon Network...
I've seen one episode of Invader Zim, and I never watched it again because it scared me so bad. It was one of those body horror episodes, and I was just like, nope!
Oh. Oh, yeah. That show was fucked up. It My brother Min, he was getting into it quite a bit, like at a certain point, and so he got me to watch it, and it was like I watched it up to a certain point, and I didn't stop from lack of interest, just so much as just from lack of engagement, because I loved what the show was doing, but it was, it was like, there's a certain point where it's like I can only take so much of the weird, gross shit, and I just want to watch something a little more appetizing.
I mean, I love weird, gross shit now, so I might as well just watch it again and see how I react. But like, it was the episode where Zim tries to make a friend because everybody was like, oh, it's so weird that Zim doesn't have a friend. It's like he's not human. And then Zim was like, oh shit, I need to get a friend.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
So he quote unquote makes friends with like this red hair kid, and like the red hair kid like annoys him. And so he replaces his eyes with robotic eyes, and then he confuses a squirrel for Zim, and so he follows the squirrel around. Yep. And the scene where like Zim gives the red-haired kid like the present with the eyes in it, and like the freaking robot hands comes out and like pulls out his real eyes and then puts in the robot eyes. That scared the shit out of me. It was just a silhouette. It was just a shadow. But that scared the absolute shit out of me as a kid.
That's the thing, though. It's like, you can say things like, your imagination can make it out to be a lot worse than it actually is if you show nothing. But the thing is, you can get pretty damn graphic by showing just enough. And having it caked in silhouette may have gotten things past the censor board. They're like, yeah, this doesn't faze us all that much. Continue. But you're also realizing that it's a children's show, and kids are gonna know.
Was fucking screaming, and
kids are gonna know.
Nuh-uh, bitch.
Kids are gonna know that what's happening, because the impression of the shadow on the wall is very obvious. What's going on? It's like you're not even being subtle about it. It is just. It is what it is. And it's fucked up. And I love it.
It's the best, isn't it?
It is so clever and creepy and weird. And like, it's really well put together. Kids just can get messed up. Yes. It's like, that's the whole truth right there.
The organ episode. I haven't seen it. But I did see a review of it, and I was just like, oh, damn, this was a kid's show?
Yeah. That, I think, I like even better than the other one because of how it really gives the whole horror vibe, where it's like, especially at the part where Dib is running away from the monster, and like also just the amalgamation, like the big behemoth of human organs just stuffed inside a suit that Zim becomes. It's like, thanks for that.
That is like peak body horror. Like you actually see the organs too.
Yeah, it's
like he coughs up like a large intestine at one point.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, shit, dog.
Again, it can get fucked up. You can get really fucking fucked up. It's freaky shit.
This is a healthy, regular boy. Look at all of his organs.
Exactly.
Okay, nurse. Are you a nurse?
Did you graduate from doctor school? Because I don't think you did. If you graduated from doctor school, you'd know. I don't think you get to have that many intestines.
God, that show. It's so morbidly hilarious.
Yeah.
The fans can be a bit much, though. Like, I've been on Tumblr, and I've seen the fans, and I'm just like, staying away. Although there is this one artist I found, and I thought they were pretty cool, so I followed them.
As someone who only followed Invader Zim to a point, I really loved Enter the Florpus.
I have not seen Into the Florpus.
Oh, we gotta watch that sometime.
Yeah.
Enter the Florpus is great.
Wait, Fizzy, what did you do? Fizzy just freaked out the roommate.
What did you do? What did you do?
I mean, Bella, if you like grotesque humor, you'll like it. But if you don't like grotesque humor, good fucking luck.
Yeah, it's definitely much. It's much in the way of gross and like morbid. Like obviously no blood, but it's very visceral.
Terrified me as a child. I only saw one episode and I was done. Like, not for me.
That's the reason it got pulled. That's the reason it got pulled from the air too, because parents complained it's too scary.
But here's the thing: I didn't make a big deal of it. Here's me as a kid. I watched Don Bluth movies, right? I love Don Bluth movies. I liked the scary Don Bluth movies as a child.
Yeah.
But that one episode of Invader Zim just like got me. It just got me.
Well,
I didn't say anything about it either. I was just like, nope, and then I left.
And that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's like, in terms of like what is or isn't gonna set someone off, it's not about the tone. It's about the content. It's like, think about a Don Bluth movie. It gets scary. It gets dark. It gets spooky, but it never gets horrifying. Really think about it. As far as visuals are concerned, what's the most horrifying that Don Bluth film has done? It'd probably be the nightmare sequence from All Dogs Go to Heaven, where this dog goes to hell.
Well,
but even then,
I can argue, friggin' Secret of Nim, where Mrs. Brisby like goes to see the rats and like the guard rat like attacks her, like that's horrifying.
No, that's scary because it's revealed very shortly after that the rats are like not vicious, they're not unfriendly. They just have their own kind of local politics to sort out. It's like when something becomes horrifying, it really permeates the entirety, because in retrospect you'll know that's not harmful, that's a friend.
Oh, and not only that, through the entire movie she goes through like a whole bunch of scary bullshit.
She goes through a lot of bullshit in general, like the absolute fuck that she has to the absolute fuck mountain that she has to climb in order to save her family and her home. It's like insane.
Yeah,
Badass of the Year award.
Oh my god. Wait, Fizzy said she opened my door and I was in a position where my legs were resting against my cupboard, my stomach was on a wheeled chair, and my head was the only thing resting on my bed, and I was basically asleep. Oh!
That'd do it.
Yes, you did, Blue Heart. Yes, you did. I freaking love that movie. It's a great movie.
Really good movie. It's beautifully animated, and it's got and all the actors in it are really good. Don't watch the sequel.
Don't watch the sequel. Don't watch the
fact,
sequel.
What sequel? I have never heard of such a thing, and I refuse to stand for such unfounded slander.
Well, what's this about Timmy to rescue? What are you talking about? That doesn't exist.
Who's Timmy?
Who's Timmy?
Who are you?
Who are you?
I don't know!
Do we know each other? Yeah, Bella, there was a sequel. Don't go see it.
What sequel?
I don't know. What sequel?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
But anyway, Secret of Them. It's a really good movie.
It's a very good movie. Although there was a prequel to Anastasia,
Oh,
and it's actually really good.
I've heard things about that.
It's called Bartok the Magnificent, and it's
Yes.
actually really good.
I
Like-
kind of saw the poster for it and kind of wrote it off, but then, and this
No,
is at,
but like
and then this is
was
at the time,
actually a part of
and this is
production
and
stuff.
this is one of the last times I actually ever watched a Nostalgia Critic anything. Yeah, apparently it's actually worth looking at.
Yeah, I watched it all the time as a kid. Like my cousin had it on VHS, and every single time I went to her place, like we watched it. It was, well, not every time, but like enough times we watched it together, and it's so good.
I want to take a moment to
It's
appreciate
like
this.
Don Bluth made the movie. Like his original plan was just to make it a straight to VHS movie, but it came out so good that the studio wanted him to make a theatrical version. And he was like, no, we've already done the VHS. It'd be too much work to make a theatrical version, so we're just gonna do this. And so that's just what happened. It got released on VHS, and it's actually really good. It doesn't have the complete Don Bluth quality, it doesn't have the shading and stuff, because of course he just planned it to be a VHS release.
Yeah.
But still, it's really good.
I want to take a moment to highlight Patrick's jiggle here.
Yes. I like the jiggle.
It's really simple too. It's sure, the shape of his stomach always changes too, but most of it is just the positioning of the texture and the belly button to give that kind of floppy movement.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wait, seriously? Huh. I didn't realize I'd actually finished the lines on that frame. Okay. Next,
Whoops.
next frame, I guess. Actually, hang on. I need to, yeah, give it up for 2
Oh yeah, we were talking about the difference
hours!
between Don Bluth movies and Invader Zim. Because, young me liked Don Bluth movies, but could not stand that one episode of Invader Zim.
Horrifying concept.
Horrifying.
Creepy. Anyway, let's see. I need to. All right, let's go ahead and give a doobie.
Wait, record it like Blue Heart. She physically put a blank tape in the VHS player, and then recorded it. Or are you talking about she physically recorded the screen with the camcorder?
Alright, let's, I'm just gonna, default colors, there we go, cool. Alright.
I'm assuming the first one. Okay. So she put the blank VHS in the VHS player and then recorded it. Alright.
Alright.
Yeah. I miss that. I miss that so much. Being able to just record things from the television and then watch it whenever you want. I think, well, there's a, well, you can still do that, but with you can still do that nowadays.
To a certain degree, yeah.
You can still do that. But I miss doing it with a physical tape. Just something about it. Just I don't know, just something about it. Just
It feels
just
so satisfying.
so satisfying. You get the click. And the whirring noise, I used to fall asleep to the whirring noise.
VHS. My childhood. Holy fuck.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, I remember me and my cousin, we went over to my grandma's house, and it's been freaking years since we've like watched a VHS, and like me and her we're getting all nostalgic, and we were like, oh my gosh, I think grandma still has your VHS tapes. She was like, oh my gosh, do you want to watch a VHS movie? And I was like, yes. So, and like she still had the tube TV, and she still had the VHS player, and we just like took one of her VHS tapes, and we like put it in the player, and we were both like, oh yeah, listen to that click.
It's so freaking satisfying. Like,
so satisfying.
you know how young I freaking was. Like, I was basically a year old, and we had the VHS copy of Toy Story. We were pre-DVD, baby. I was pre-DVD.
We both were.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, we were.
I'm a year older than you.
Yeah. Like, what really got me about it is, like, how I also ended up being, like, on the cusp of DVD. So it's like we're right in the middle here, and like DVD is just coming out, so much so that there seems to be not a whole lot of incentive to get it if you already have a VHS, and companies tried to double down on the idea that DVD and VHS could still coexist by selling a dual DVD/VHS player, just so that you wouldn't necessarily need the one, like the two separate pieces of equipment. You could just have the one, and you could flip between VHS and DVD with the click of a button.
Mm-hmm. Those things broke so freaking easily.
Really? Because we had one. It actually worked for quite a while.
I mean, yeah, they work for like a good while, but then they break. Like, we had like 3 in our house, and like each one of them broke.
It was really amusing to me.
But mostly the VHS side broke. Like, the DVD player still worked, but it was just the VHS side that broke.
Well, I know for a fact that when we had our VHS/DVD player, it lasted for quite a while. I don't know if it broke or not, but I remember it lasted long enough we were able to sell it at a garage sale, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my grandma still has hers, and the DVD player still works.
Mm-hmm.
It's the VHS player that's just like went freaking kaput.
Here's another thing I remember, and I don't know if you'd remember this, but we had this in our house. We had a DVD player, right? And you have your classic DVD player, like with the logo, with that bounces, right? With
Yeah.
the screen saving.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that, and it's so satisfying when it hits the corner. But we also had another DVD player. This thing was like the size of a boombox, and what it could do is it could hold 4 discs at a time, so you could switch between them with the press of a button. Like, I had to imagine that had to have been like a really novel concept. It's like, you think CDs with music are impressive? Well, we got CDs with movies on them, baby. We got the motion pictures and soundtrack on these thingadoos.
I don't remember my reaction to DVDs as a kid, but I'm pretty sure I shit my pants.
Well, I know for a fact that in our household, it was just kind of a steady decision that, like, we would just take DVDs versus VHS because they wouldn't wear out over time, unlike VHS would. And that was more like a parental decision. So it just kind of grew. So we just kind of grew accustomed that newer stuff we're probably very likely to get on DVD. It's like all the new latest movies, like, we got them on DVD. When Toy Story 2 came out, we got the Toy Story and Toy Story 2 combo pack DVD. Finding Nemo got the DVD. Shrek 2 had the DVD.
Yeah, my family just like sticked with VHS for as long as we possibly could before, like, you know, before like it switched to before it like fully switched to DVD.
Yeah.
Mostly because like our house was filled with VHSs and like we didn't exactly have the money to like, you know, switch.
Exactly. It was like DVD was like also like a spendier option as well, like at the time. But now DVD is the less expensive option and Blu-ray is the hot new ticket. But at the very least, unlike with the VHS scenario, Blu-ray's only advantage over DVD is a slightly higher quality picture. So, and sound.
Well, I'd say more than slightly. Like, it's like crystal clear.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's like there are some cases where you just like either don't want a higher quality resolution image, like maybe with an older film you don't necessarily want that, or in other cases you simply don't care. And at the same time, unlike the VHS versus DVD scenario where VHS would wear out over time and the discs would at worst get maybe a scratch on them,
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
Yeah. Or if you're like my cousin, when she was a kid and she would you know, watch her DVDs, she wouldn't put them back in the case and she would just like set them on top of the freaking dusty DVD player, and my sister and I would just sit there and stare at it being like
But like versus like the whole like the DVD versus Blu-ray thing was like they're both discs, who the fuck cares? So basically DVD and Blu-ray have kind of learn to coexist. Like to the point where you can have a Blu-ray player that also plays DVDs in the same disc reader, so getting a Blu-ray DVD combo pack is like a no-brainer if you have a Blu-ray player. And also probably adds the benefit that you have a copy of the movie that you can take over to someone else's house if they don't have Blu-ray.
Yeah. I see a lot of people buying the Blu-ray DVD combo packs.
I think it's also because of the features, because like it's not simply like you're buying the movie again, really. It's also like they also get new behind the scenes features or bonus content. It's like DVDs are more than just their movie. They're also like here's a list
I remember
of...
when I was a kid, and whenever like a DVD like had games on it, I would always play the games on it.
Exactly.
Always.
Sometimes you had
Every time.
Sometimes you had games on it. You always had trailers for up and coming attractions. So the DVD experience was almost kind of like a home theater experience, where it's like you get trailers for. Except
I mean, you had like previews to. You had previews to like new upcoming movies with VHSs too.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Like there's so many freaking like previews.
It's always so
to the upcoming movies from VHSs.
Yeah, but
they're
ain't
like
that
so
always...
ingrained in my brain.
But ain't that always like the whole frickin'... I was one of those kids who never puts them back in their cases. The VHS. Oh no.
You are scum. You are absolute scum, Blueheart. God, I hate that. I was raised to like always put them back in their cases immediately so they don't get freaking destroyed.
Anyway,
And like whenever I see somebody not do that, I just go ape shit.
Anyway, I was saying something. What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, the trailers that you always got on those VHSs and DVDs, they're always so biased, weren't they? Because like when you go to a movie theater, you see like all sorts of coming attractions. But if you're watching a movie on like Disney's VHS, what are the coming attractions that are going to be advertised at you? It's all Disney or Disney subsidiary stuff.
Yeah.
Like, when's the difference? When do I get the different stuff where I get the stuff advertised at me that I don't necessarily recognize? Probably like with the little VHS, where it's like, here's an advertisement for Elmo and Grouchland, because...
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Ah!
To this day, I have never seen Elmo in Grouchland from beginning to end.
Oh my god, you haven't?
Not from beginning to end. I have seen parts of it. I've seen it in pieces.
It's actually really good.
It looks really good, but like, for the love of shit,
It's super good.
I had to admit, I remember, like, I do remember that I was asking to see it at a certain point when I was younger. I was asking, gotta see this because I love Sesame Street and Elmo was my favorite character, but we never did. Never got to tickle me Elmo, and I never actually pestered for that stuff anyway. It's like, whenever I asked, it's like, hey, can we? And they were like, no. I was like, okay. And I was like, I didn't fight it in those instances. You know where I did fight it? Thomas the Tank Engine. I totally saw Thomas and the Magic Railroad in theaters no less than at least twice. So
The biggest problem I have with that movie is there isn't a lot of Thomas in it.
I didn't have a problem with that. Mostly because, well, first off, I did not understand, even as a kid, I didn't really understand what Alec Baldwin was supposed to be doing. It's only as an adult.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Well, no, I understood that. That made sense. But like,
that made sense.
the stuff I didn't understand was him talking to the audience. See, because like in Blue's Clues.
Wait, did they do that in the show? Did they talk to the audience in the show?
No, that was not a Thomas
Well,
the Tank Engine
they
thing.
didn't.
Thomas
They didn't
the
talk to
Tank
the audience
Engine
in the
was just.
show.
Thomas the Tank Engine was more like Clifford the Big Red Dog. It was just the
I
straight.
think he was supposed to act as like the narrator because the narrator talked to the audience in the show. I'm pretty sure.
No, never.
No.
No, the
Oh,
narrator
okay.
just narrated the stories. The thing is, like, Thomas was was less like Dora the Explorer and more like Clifford the Big Red Dog, where it was like, it's just the straight story. It's not like we're directly addressing the audience. It's just the straight, let's tell a story with some kind of a moral about, you know, not being an ass or an idiot, you know?
Yeah.
So I never really understood what he was getting at with the whole, like, talking. Like, I understood that that he was trying to figure things out sometimes, but I never understood that he was actually talking to me, because that's not how he worked. That's how Dora the Explorer worked. That's how Steve on Blue's Clues worked. But that was not how Thomas and his friends operated. Those weren't the rules. I was a kid and I understood the rules of cinematic storytelling. I knew from day one, it's like, there's a rule here that if you're going to address the audience directly, you gotta do it from the start. You can't just make that shit up halfway through. You gotta commit to it the whole way. And Thomas was never like that, and it never clicked with me because of that. It was just a cognitive dissonance that they were making a Thomas movie and not a Blue's Clues movie.
Yeah.
But the other thing,
And you know what? And you know what? The actual Thomas the Tank Engine show was actually a lot darker than the movie was.
I mean, you say that.
Like, remember that? No. Do you remember, like, in Thomas the Tank Engine, like, one of the tank engines, I can't remember which one, but, like, one of the tank engines, like, stopped working or something? No, he didn't stop working. What happened was, he stayed under the bridge because it was raining. I mean, either he didn't want to get wet or he didn't want to get his cargo wet or something, I don't remember.
Okay.
But, like, as punishment, they fucking, like, build a bridge halfway up under the bridge. No, they build a wall right in front of the tank engine. Like halfway up, so he could still see over it and just see his...
Look at
and
this.
just, like, see his friends just, like, go back and forth.
Look at this.
On the other train tracks.
This is so good.
Woo! That looks really good.
So, what a lad.
What a lad. But yeah, as freaking punishment, they would just they built a wall in front of him.
We're gonna
Halfway
build
up,
a
so he
wall,
could still-
and we're
so he
gonna
could still
make.
see his friends.
We'll build a
his
wall, and
friends,
make
like-
the diesels pay for it.
They like built a wall like halfway up, and so he could still see over the wall, and like just like see his friends like drive back and forth like on the other train tracks.
The lad be swishing, yes, Fizzy. He be swishing. It
Yeah, and then there was another
so much better
episode.
than I could have imagined.
Where like a freaking sentient boulder was trying to freaking run over the train,
Okay, I don't remember
the
that.
train engine.
Okay, first off, I don't remember seeing either of these stories either on PBS or in the VHSs I owned. So, not even remotely familiar with that, but I'm not even certain the boulder was sentient from the clips I
No, it
have
was
seen.
sentient because at the end of the episode, it had a face.
Are you... What the actual fuck?
Yeah, it had a face.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, it was sentient. It was like a punishment for the engines because they did something or whatever.
The way the fuck went?
At the end of the episode, it was like freaking moonlight was shining on the boulder, and the boulder had a face.
Wow. Freaky. Weird.
Yeah.
Bizarrely, that is... What the fuck?
Yeah. Straight up, the boulder had a face.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Also, guys, this is
I
how
am
long
not.
it... Also, guys, this is how long it takes to do animation. Like, we've been at this for, like, 2.5 hours, just about. And the only thing I've actually successfully done is draw SpongeBob's, like, body lines. Like, I haven't even drawn his pants lines, which... Those are gonna be easy. No-brainer. And then, of course, the shoes are going to take a fair amount of detail to do. It's like, they're simple shapes, but they're also, like, deceptively simple. So there's a little bit of work further involved in the... Yeah, anyway, you know what I mean. But, like, that is just so weird. That is weird. I never knew about that.
Yeah. Throughout the entire episode, it was like ambiguous whether or not it was sentient, because sometimes it would roll uphill, and you're just like, "Huh, that's weird." But then at the end of the episode, it's confirmed it was sentient. It was fucking sentient. It has a face.
Considering that trains and steamrollers and cargo crates are alive, I wouldn't put it past them for a boulder to be alive. Now, what was I saying? I was saying something about the rules of children's cartoons or something. Like, yeah, because like when you talk directly to the audience, you gotta make that commitment. Bear in the Big Blue House. Now there's another one where you talk directly to the audience, and it's following the rules, because that's what you do.
I have only ever seen. I've only ever seen, like, whatever the fuck we had on VHS for Bear in the Big Blue House, but I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it as a kid. It was just like, I loved it so much.
I think that puts us at a reverse. I watched Thomas exclusively on VHS and Bear in the Big Blue House when it aired. Actually,
And by the way, I like freaking looked up like one of their songs after years of not hearing it, because I was trying to remember the freaking mouse's name, and I just found a video of like the song of like one of the songs that the mouse sang, and like Bear like sang with him. Bear has a really good voice. Whoever the fuck like did his singing voice, God, wow.
That's the thing, like,
Wow.
with a lot of those Muppet characters, yes, the Jim Henson Company is responsible for Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah.
For a lot of those Muppet characters, you'll tend to almost always find that whoever is operating the puppet is also doing their voice and singing for them. And that is definitely true of Bear. The guy inside the costume is doing literally all of that. And I want to talk about Bear for a little bit. Here's the thing. It's like, so Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House is built in the same way that Big Bird in Sesame Street is built, where he's basically like, he's really tall. So you have the actor inside the suit, right? Now, you have this hand available, right? And this hand goes into an arm on this side, right? And on the other side, there is an arm that is kind of attached to it with like a fishing line that is attached to Bear's chin, like, which would be up here-ish, all right? And so you can kind of operate the other arm to at least get it to move a little bit. If you just, but if you play it right, that arm will stay still, and the other arm, you can move it around a little bit. Now, what the guy does is with his other arm, he's got his arm craned up here like this to do Bear's head, and he's probably like got some other mechanism for like blinking, and so his head's all the way up here. And inside of this bear costume, there is a screen that the actor wears on his stomach, and he's constantly like this the entire time. So when you're operating Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House, you look like this all the time. And that's because this screen that would be inside the suit would be showing you like things from either Bear's perspective with the eyes, or before they put cameras in his eyes, they actually had it where it would just show you the stage from like the camera's perspective. So you were just kind of looking at yourself, kind of like a little bit of an out-of-body experience. And this is actually how a lot of the Muppets work. It's like you're below the stage and you're looking straight forward at a screen that shows a live video feed of what the cameras see, so you can actually give a good performance to actually see what you're doing, you know? But like for Big Bird and Bear in the Big Blue House, the actor's screen was right here and they were looking down all the time, always had neck problems, I imagine. So yeah. It's so fascinating to hear about how that works. It's so amusing to think that, like, the character is so damn tall. It's like, yeah. Yeah, he is. Actually, another thing in terms of Muppetry that's very interesting about Bear in particular. When asked to do Bear, like the guy who did Bear, he was a long-standing like Muppet performer, like for a lot of, you know, side characters and whatnot. But apparently, when asked to do the voice for Bear, they asked him to just use his real voice, which surprised him because in Muppets and Jim Henson, you aren't really supposed to use your real voice when doing any puppet characters. But he did for Bear, and like, and it worked. His voice is just, that is literally just his voice. It's just such a calm, soothing voice.
I love Bear's voice so much I could fall asleep to it. I could fall asleep to him just talking.
Also, if you guys aren't following Defunctland on YouTube, I guess some of you aren't theme park fans, basically, but they did a segment on Bear in the Big Blue House on a separate thing called Defunct TV, where they talk about old TV shows. They talked about Bear in the Big Blue House, and as a post show to that, Kevin Perjurer did an interview with the guy, with Bear, from Bear in the Big Blue House, and he talks about all these anecdotes and some of the stuff that I just mentioned and more.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that one. I've seen Defunct TV, but I haven't seen that one.
Have you seen the one with like the Dr. Seuss show? The Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss.
No, I don't think so.
That was another Jim Henson done product with a lot of like of the Creature Shop and what haves, like the Muppet Workshop. The Jim Henson people did this puppet show themed around Dr. Seuss characters. And unlike Bear in the Big Blue House, which was a Disney joint, Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss was a Nickelodeon venture. More specifically, Nick Jr. So, which, funnily enough, I watched a lot of Nick Jr. I never actually caught it. Or if I did, I had to have been way too young to remember. I do remember briefly catching maybe a glimpse or two of the big comfy couch in my time. Never actually sat down for a full episode of it, but I caught it. I think I maybe saw it once or twice, just like flipping through channels maybe. And we just caught it once or so. Which was another one that Defunct TV talked about. But yeah, Z, I definitely recommend watching the one on Bear in the Big Blue House, because there's this really funny clip of Bear in the Big Bear on the Hollywood squares. And he's and they ask him a very simple question, like for the thing. It's like, people say it is impossible to keep your eyes open and do what at the same time? And he says, watch C-SPAN.
Good.
And
Look at Jim Henson and like all the actors that he like,
worked
that he
with.
hired and stuff,
Yeah.
they're all really funny.
And what's even better about it is like a lot of those people were like his friends. Like he and Frank Oz were friends in real life. So so like if you got the chemistry between Kermit and Piggy, or Kermit and Gonzo, and Kermit and Fozzie, it's like you really got it because these guys were actually friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
behind
gosh.
the
Have you seen like the clip where
I guess you could also say
Jim
Kermit
Henson,
and
like Jim Henson as Kermit, and then you had Fozzie Bear. I forgot the guy's name already.
Frank Oz.
I'm awful with names. Frank Oz, and then Frank Oz is like it's Fozzie.
Yeah.
And like they were just like in between scenes, and they were like being silly with the puppets, and like basically Kermit was like Kermit was just saying shit like you're a puppet, damn it, or whatever he was saying, and it was so freaking silly. And then Fuzzy goes, well, I didn't want to say this, but you have a wire on your arm, and then Kermit goes, what? And Fuzzy goes, I shouldn't have said anything. They were just being silly with the puppets, and it's great.
There are quite a few jokes about that Jim liked to do. There's one where it's just him and Kermit. It's like where Jim is clearly visible, but it's like a kind of a thesis statement on puppetry, and it's like, the truth of the matter is that the frog is a great deal more interesting to look at, and who even notices what the bearded man is doing? And there's another one where they're at some kind of awards show, and it's Fozzie and Kermit's like, Kermit, I don't want to alarm you, but there's someone underneath me. Don't look! Oh, you know what? There's someone underneath you too. Huh? What?
Hey, Kermit, he's got a beard.
Oh yeah, Fozzie. Those are. Oh yeah, Fozzie. Those are puppeteers.
Huh? What?
Those are puppeteers. We're puppets.
I can't understand this concept.
Oh.
And also,
Oh my
I just
God.
love the way he kind of just takes a moment, like Fozzie's visibly like, I can't understand that concept. It's like the way he's just absolutely like, well. That's probably one of the like funniest things, like when there is in some way or other like an acknowledgement of the fact that they're puppets, because the Muppets are nutty enough to do all those fourth wall breaks. It's like, yeah, it's like eventually you're gonna get an acknowledgement somewhere. And I love how it's just in casual moments like that. There's never like a big deal about it in the bigger like Muppet shows or movies. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's just like these side things where it's like, we're puppets, right? Or what? Actually, and coming back to more Muppet clips that I just have saved in my Twitter likes, there's another one where it's like, Ralph the dog is on some talk show, and he's like, "Hey, son of a bitch! No, no! That's the nicest thing a dog can say about anybody."
Nicest thing a dog can say about. Oh god.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh wow. I'm pretty sure like that in between scene, like little silly thing. I told you about. I'm pretty sure.
One more.
The
I'm sorry. I have one more. It's just one that I remembered. Let's have the video saved somewhere, where it's like somebody was asking Kermit about like his relationship with Miss Piggy, and he was like, "Well, you can't ask me questions like that. I'm on Sesame Street, for God's sake." Oh, Kermit.
We have Rumpus Frog Piggy sex. Wait, do frogs have genitals?
Good night, everybody.
Serious question, though.
Why? And how serious is that question? Like, how serious are you about having it answered?
Like, I'm curious because you know how fish reproduce? They like
I don't wanna.
like the female fish would like, you know, lay the eggs and then the male fish would just spray sperm on them and hope for the best. Like, is it the same thing with frogs?
I'm gonna say yes.
I know they can change their gender, like, on a dime. Like, if there's too many female frogs, the female frogs would turn into a male frog. But if there's, like, too many male frogs, the male frog would turn into a female frog, you know?
Okay, I just literally had a concept there.
I don't know, Fizzy.
I figured.
It was a genuine question, because I really don't know how frogs reproduce.
Out of curiosity, if some African frogs can have been known to change sex sporadically in a same-sex environment, could said frog lay her own eggs and then fertilize them himself?
That would lead to some very fucked up looking frogs, I would say. Wouldn't that be like the same as incest?
I don't know. I don't know about frog biology. What do you think? I'm some kind of scientist? Oh, I can use the nose to block gaps in the eyes. Yay. Hurrah. Oh, beautiful. Oh, Canada.
One of my friends, the freaking nerd, showed me a video the other day of ladybugs mating. What does it look like, Fizzy? I'm actually curious. Like, are they just like climbing on top of each other? Does it look like they're wrestling?
If that's the case, then I think I had a ladybug orgy on my windowsill at one point.
Oh boy.
What is even happening anymore?
I don't know, Bella. I don't know. I mean, blame Jim Henson. He's the one who made the sex joke.
You know what you get? You know what you get? You get a bouncing baby fig.
Nearby asexual, aka me. My ears! I mean, I'm asexual as well, Blue Heart. But I'm not, like, sex repulsed or anything. I like to make sex jokes and all that, so I'm sorry. Believe my friend Bella, she watches my streams. You can scream at her there. Bella's laughing. She doesn't care.
What?
Oh god. I still have like the image search from earlier popped up on my screen, and I just saw this. Somebody asked who created T-Series, and it's a bunch of pictures of Belgique.
Oh jeez. That's just silly.
That's silly.
What the hell is T-Series?
That's a thing on YouTube. I don't really care about it.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine. I just didn't need all that implied imagery. Yeah, actually, funny thing about me is like some days I'll be like, yes, sex joke, sex joke, and then like other days I'll be like, no, I'm uncomfortable. Stop. No.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just doesn't seem to happen on these streams. Don't know why. I don't know. I guess it just depends on like, you know, depends on like
who you're talking to.
I don't know. I think it depends on like, you know, how I'm feeling like mentally that day. I guess. Because
so with all the immature sex jokes, feeling mentally 12.
Quincy, what if I asked my friend to send me that video so I could DM it to you? I mean, sure. Yeah, do it.
You guys are both on Instagram.
Yeah, you could DM it to me on Instagram.
Instagram.
I mean, I'm curious, okay, Fizzy? You piqued my interest. I don't know how ladybugs have sex. I've seen a turtle have sex with a shoe. And it was great.
A match made in heaven.
Have you seen a picture? Have you seen the video of like the turtle having sex with a croc?
No. Hides in the corner.
It's like you don't see anything. You just see the turtle like on top, like, you know, mounting the croc and then just making noises going.
I'm sorry, the turtle was making noises?
It was going.
Oh jeez.
That was the noise it was making. It like makes weirdly cute noises, and I'm sitting here like that's turtle sex.
Yeah, it sounds adorable until you realize that that's the noises that the turtle makes during sex.
I know.
Those are the orgasm sounds.
Let me see if I can find it. I'll send it to you.
Just drag her onto these streams. She's actually more of a gremlin than me. Bring me your gremlins!
Say what? Oh, here we go. Here we go, I found it. Oh, Okay. Here we go. Here's the video.
Jeez, that did not take you long, and I'm scared.
I just searched turtle croc and it popped up.
I will watch this after the stream, which is gonna end in about 15 minutes here. So let's see.
He's editing it. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Comment, keep the stream going until I send it to Z. I'll try my damnedest.
Hey.
SpongeBob doesn't have hair, or does he?
He doesn't have hair. But he has nose hairs.
He
That's
has
confirmed.
eyelashes, and that's pretty much the extent. And besides, SpongeBob's not really good with hair, if we're being honest. I mean, there was a whole episode about him called The Abrasive Side, where he got a scrubber side for himself because he was too much of a wimp to stand up to anybody, and he was just too much of a goody two-shoes. He never let himself have any fun, so he got a scour side, and it was this green hairy face that he wore on his back, and it would flip around like the mayor from Halloween Town on a whim. And I'm not going to tell you how it goes because the episode's way too funny for me to do so. Go watch SpongeBob The Abrasive Side. It's actually really fucking funny, and it's a really good episode. In fact, Z, if you're at all interested, I can go ahead and bring that to our watch party next Sunday.
Yes.
Alright, I will do that. Also, guess what, Mary? Guess what, Z?
What?
I went back to our source for the Owl House episode, and
Yep.
now it's in 720 HD as opposed to the crappy 360 we were watching.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yay.
Timing.
Hooray.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for it on Saturday to see it as soon as it gets up, you know. I go to D&D on Saturday, so like when I get home from that, I'll check to see is it there, and then I'll see if it's like ready to go, and you know. I'm trying to get it early, you know. It's like just try to be on top of it, you know. Just like I want to make sure that we have it so we can just go. And I had no idea that the YouTube thing wouldn't show because we were watching Suction Cup Man, right?
Yeah.
So I couldn't get why the YouTube thing wouldn't just display. I don't get it.
I don't know. Like, I could see the YouTube player. I just couldn't see the video.
Exactly, and I don't understand. I don't understand why. Which is like, we were watching Suction Cup Man. I don't get it. Like, literally-
Yes, Fizzy, you're actually doing it because I am genuinely curious. Okay, I know curiosity killed the cat. I've died several times, but that's fine.
Oh, Fizzy, you're not gonna actually be able to put a link in the chat. Remember, that's only a thing that administrators.
Yeah, you'll have to
and-
DM it to me on Instagram.
Yeah, but you could easily find Z's Instagram. Z, why don't you go ahead and put a link to your Insta in the chat real quick so that Fizzy has that.
I'm not a mod.
Oh,
I'm not a mod, so I can't.
okay.
But I could send you my Instagram link, and then you could send a link.
Yes, I will do that. I gotta go find the administration page and then make you an administrator so you can do that.
All right.
That way,
I'm going to
if you
curse
need
the chat. You know this, right?
Oh yeah. But it's to be expected.
Yeah, I just sent you the link.
All right, here we go. Grab that. Copy link. And paste. There's we go. But anyway, the point with me mentioning the scour side for SpongeBob was that that was green and hairy, so there you go.
Yeah. Oh, did you watch the Turtle Croc video yet?
No, I'm animating. And I don't want
Dude.
that noise, cuz like here's the thing, everybody will hear it if I play it, so Yeah, no.
It's a very innocent sounding noise, but once you learn it's freaking turtle sex, that's when you go, ah.
Yeah, the thing is that everybody already knows it's turtle sex because we've been talking about turtle sex. Turtle sex!
I mean, YouTube won't know it's turtle sex.
Oh, YouTube knows it's turtle sex! Because the video is a YouTube link! Z! Z! I swear, if someone hasn't already, I'm gonna take that clip from when Harry met Sally and superimpose it with this turtle thing, and then like with the turtle going to town on the croc, and then like cut over, and then I'll have what she's having.
I would actually die if you made that. I would die. I would die.
I'm choking on water. Don't choke. Don't die.
Oh my god. As Alistair, no.
No.
Oh god.
Maybe.
I mean, Alistair is a Aero Ace freaking icon. Just saying. Dude doesn't fuck, dude doesn't date. And I am here for it.
Yeah, that guy, that owl deer man.
It's not an owl, it's more of a deer.
You got that really floofity doofity hair that kind of looks like owl's ears.
It's supposed to look like deer ears.
Deer man, demon, deerman.
Yes.
Eh?
Oh yeah, send it. Send it to me on Instagram. Do it. Get that shit. Come on. Do it. Thank you. Oh. Here we go. Oh wow, they are just straight up just like standing, just like one is Oh my god. That's funny.
Oh boy.
That's funny. That's silly. like the way they do it is silly. Like one is just like standing on top of the other, and then the one on top of the other just like shakes. That's ladybug sex.
Turtle sex, ladybug sex, 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 sex. Welcome to Kamikaze Live, everybody.
It just shakes. He shakes back and forth. Great. Yeah, thank you, Fizzy.
Oh man.
God. Oh my god, imagine if humans had sex like that. Just like you mount each other and then you just shake.
Like a motherfucking jackhammer.
Well, not a jackhammer. Like they just
A vibrating
wobble
cell
back
phone.
and forth. Like, I'm trying to think of like an example. Like, What shakes back and forth like that?
Again with the sex. Get help.
No, I'm trying to think of like an object that like shakes back and forth like that. What shakes back and forth? I mean, I would Blue, but therapy is expensive. God knows I need it.
Should I drive my friend who finished these 2 streams?
Yes. They sound cursed and I love them.
Bring them over. Bring them in. Bring them on board.
I do have insurance, Blue, but Blue. Okay? You don't understand. fucking like, okay, you could have insurance, but like it depends on the therapist, but like they could either like accept your insurance or not accept your insurance. And if they do accept your insurance, you still have a big bill at the end of it. You know, because America sucks and they don't see like therapists as like, an important profession.
Yeah, some help about that?
Like they don't see like mental health as important as physical health. So
What kind of cockamamie fuck shit is that?
America sucks, I'm telling you. I did see a counselor, but that's not a therapist. I did see a counselor for a while, but that's not really a therapist. A counselor is just basically someone you can go to talk to, and they'll help you through it, but it's not the same as a therapist. And I liked her though. Her office was on her farm, and I would go and see the animals. I rode a horse once. It was great.
Nice.
Bella, what killed you?
Uh-oh. How did we get in the conversation of sex in the first place? Good question.
I got curious about frog sex.
Yes. About whether or not a frog could go fuck themselves and reproduce.
That was your question, not mine.
Well, spawned off of that, inspired. I didn't start it, just indulged.
Bella, why would you do that?
Tripped over my dog and fell on the floor. Holy crap.
That doesn't sound fun. Why would you do that?
Good job, doggy, but next time make sure it's the burglar. Don't be tripping your mama. Trip the people trying to rob your mama. You're supposed to do that to the bad guys, you silly bubby. Z?
What?
Enough with the turtle orgasm.
I'm just gonna do that every single time the stream gets quiet now.
We're gonna get to the... Oh, boy. Okay.
I question why a video of ladybugs having intercourse was urgent, but no problem. Did you actually say it was urgent, Fizzy?
Alright, we're getting to the end of it.
Oh wait, Fizzy, am I following you? I don't remember if I'm following you. I'm not. There we go. Now I'm following you.
Yes. Let's create a beautiful daisy chain of talented people following each other. Let's do this.
Do this.
This is what we need. We need to support each other because we are all good artists, but sometimes we all forget. We all forget how good we are, and we need to build each other up. And that, with this beautiful eyeball pupil, and another eyeball pupil. Stick it together. Oh, no, delete. No.
Someone's curiosity is urgent to me. I mean, okay.
Alright, let's see. And the nose. And now, the nose is drawn. Is mostly gonna the football. Shoot it. And a skillet. Here we go. And with that, we are going to close out the stream. Yeah, this is the amount of work that you can actually get done in 3 hours, especially when you're distracted and talking with your friends. But like, come on. That's half the fun of animating, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to draw his eyelashes. Ah well, I'll pick up on that later. Okay, so I would like to thank you, Z, for being here. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
And I want to thank everyone else for being here as well. You've all been an absolutely wonderful audience. Until next time, we'll return this Friday with more of the SpongeBob video game. But until then, take care, stay safe, and be kind in all. It's not a car, Z.
It's a car, damn it.